Important for the Eagles because they are currently tied with the New York Giants atop the NFC East, but they do hold a tiebreaker edge should the season end that way. Philadelphia striving for a home field advantage in the playoffs and a relatively perfect day in which to try and accomplish that. 31 degrees, but calm winds make it a relatively comfortable afternoon for football here in December. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist. There is an aura of sadness that surrounds this game for Philadelphia Eagles and their families. Yesterday, quarterback coach Doug Scoville, 62 years of age, passed away of a heart attack here at Vet Stadium. Doug had just completed a workout on a stationary bike when he walked a few feet and had the heart attack. He was pronounced dead on arrival at the local hospital. He was 62. He had been in coaching for most of his life. His relationship with Buddy Ryan goes back 22 years to 1967. Our condolences to Doug Scoville, his widow Enid, and their 3 children, as well as the other members of the Philadelphia family. My partner today again is Terry Bradshaw. Terry, a sad note, and nevertheless, Bounty Bowl 2 is here, and there's been so much hype about this rematch. Will it affect either of these teams?
Normally, Vern, you would say no. I think a veteran football team would enjoy it. They'd kind of get a kick out of it. Maybe the kickers wouldn't, but I believe a veteran team would kind of enjoy the hype that surrounds this game. But an inexperienced football team with youth like the Dallas Cowboys have, I would have to say that, yes, it will have an effect on a younger football team. And I don't think there's any denying that. The players themselves might try to hide it, but I think it'll have an effect.
The Eagles, of course, must now contend with the loss of Doug Scoville. It will have an effect, and I guess it's more the quarterbacks than anybody.
A tragic thing, and I'm so sorry that happened. Quarterbacks have quarterback coaches, and Doug Scoville was a quarterback coach here for Rendell Cunningham and Kavanaugh and Don McPherson. And the one thing that you have as a quarterback coach and a quarterback is the relationship, very much like a parent. Scoville was a father figure to Cunningham. He was a man that turned Cunningham around and made him a great quarterback, fundamentally sound. He was a guy that Cunningham leaned on, and now when Cunningham comes off that field, Scoville's going to be missed.
The Philadelphia Inquirer said this morning of Doug Scoville, he gave the Eagles their wings. Roger Ruzek will kick off, the former Cowboy who is now living in Luis Zendejas' Philadelphia condominium. And the deep man are Ankrum and Dixon for the Dallas Cowboys. The kick is underway. This will be James Dixon. He leads the league in kickoff coverage. Kickoff returns. It's out to the 22-yard line. And here comes Troy Aikman. Out 5 weeks, of course, with a fractured finger. He suffered his worst statistical day of the season the last time out on Thanksgiving Day. 7 of 21, 54 yards. 3 interceptions. 2-A Newton. Mark Stepnoski, the rookie, gets his second start at center, joining Kerr, Gogan, and Steve Folsom. And in the backfield, Paul Palmer, Darrell Johnston, James Dixon, Cornell Burbage. On passing downs, it'll be Bernard Ford and Scott Ankrum. Derek Shepard, one of the wide receivers, inactive today with an injury. And, of course, Michael Irvin and Kelvin Martin are on the injured reserve with knee surgery. There is a delay of some sort, and I'm not sure what it is. The field clock, we are told, is...
The 45 30-second clock is not operational. The time will be kept on the field by the field judge.
So there it is, the 45-second clock at either end of the field, not operating. From the 22-yard line officially, the Dallas Cowboys come in 1-12. Their only win on the road against the Washington Redskins, 13-3. Aikman threw 4 touchdown passes last week, but the Cowboys blew a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and lost to the Rams. Aikman back to throw on first down. Reggie White with the pressure, and he's down. The 10th sack of the season for a man many feel is the most impressive defensive player in the league.
And the key that happened that time to allow this sack was that the Cowboys wanted to come out and throw quick passes, but this is not a quick pass. Notice the 7-step drop. All 3 receivers went out, 2 wide receivers and a tight end, Vern, ran deep routes. Those take a long time. Deep routes play into the hands of the rush of the Eagles.
Reggie White's 10th sack of the year, 49 on the season for the Philadelphia Eagles, number 2 in the league. Second down and 18. And off to Palmer, who surges for about 3 yards. Defensively, the Philadelphia Eagles come in with an outstanding pass rush, and they lead the league in takeaways. White just got his 10th sack. Pitts, Brown, and Simmons. Clyde Simmons having a terrific year. Joyner missed last week, but he is back, and Byron Evans has come into his own. And in the secondary, Eric Allen injured an ankle while horsing around after practice yesterday, and may or may not go the distance. He is in the lineup right now, but was limping in warm-ups before the game. Junior Tautalatosi, the former Philadelphia Eagle, in the lineup. 3rd and 14. Aikman drills it. Caught. First down at the 39-yard line. That is Bernard Ford, who caught his first touchdown catch of the season last week in the loss to the Rams.
Well, it's a deep in cut. Once again, a lot of pressure on the Cowboys offensive line, only giving up 22 sacks, so they have played well pass protecting. Deep in cut, when you run in cuts against single coverage, man-to-man coverage, the middle is normally wide open, but you have to have time to throw the football. Aikman with plenty of time. Excellent route by Ford and the big first down.
Only the 5th catch of the year for Bernard Ford. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Tackle made at the 41. Jerome Brown, number 99, makes the stop. That black tape that crosses through the Eagles' wings, of course, in memory of Doug Scoville. All the players are wearing the black tape today. 2nd down from the 41. No score, opening moments of the game. Paul Palmer. Paul played his collegiate ball at Temple. This is his first appearance in this area since 1986, when as a player for Temple University he gained 1,800 yards. Been much traveled since then, the #1 draft choice of Kansas City, and picked up for a low draft choice, or a high draft choice rather, from Detroit.
Small running back. Cowboys really have been featuring Johnston, their fullback. He's the guy, the power back, and Palmer wanting to carry the football more. Feels like he needs to carry it more right now. 2 straight rushes in a row.
3rd and 2, no score, opening moments of the ball game. 3 wide receiver set for the Cowboys. Blitz, pass delivered quickly left side. Al Harris, number 95. The weak side linebacker was right in Aikman's face when he let it go. It'll be 4th down.
One of the things you're going to see today, Vern, you'll see the all-out blitz by the Eagles, and it's imperative that the receivers be able to run the correct routes for Aikman to give him a target to throw the football. The last time these two teams played, Aikman never had that chance.
Brand new punt returner for Philadelphia. Henry Gizmo Williams has been replaced by Anthony Edwards, who is about to return his first punt of the season. He waits at the 15-yard line. Mike Saxon is 3rd in the league in downing punts inside the 20. He's had 18 down inside the 20. And that one is right on the borderline. That'll be down at the 21-yard line. So a fair catch for Anthony Edwards. A 33-yard punt. Philadelphia gets the ball for the first time when we come back.
You have to drive it to believe it. The new Accord.
It's the biggest game ever played for one case of Miller Lite. And both teams are getting ready.
Get him out, Washington! Why don't they just run around them? Wouldn't that be easier? Guys, you want to knock off for lunch or something?
Coach, this is some workout.
Well, we want to win that Miller Lite.
Not to mention a free trip to the Super Bowls. Just like the one Bill Jorgensen found in his case of Miller Lite.
Coach, we got to get that case. Don't worry, I'm bringing in a secret weapon.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
Look, we can save $300 on this Tandy 1000 computer. It's PC compatible and only $399. With color monitor, it's $699.
The kids would love this for Christmas.
The HX is easy to use, with desk-mate software included for my word processing, your budgeting.
And the kids' homework. And games.
Let's get it. For them.
Too.
The Tandy 1000 family of PC-compatible computers from $399. Only at Radio Shack, the technology store.
11:23 to go, opening quarter. Dallas and Philadelphia scoreless. Randall Cunningham and the Eagle offense. For the season, Cunningham with 55% completion, 17 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. And his offensive line up front, Darwin, Shad, Alexander, Soltheller, and Keith Jackson, who's been in and out with injuries most of the year. Byers and Tony in the backfield. Ron Johnson replaces Michael Quick, who's on injured reserve at one wide receiver spot. Chris Carter at the other. And Carlos Carson comes in on obvious passing downs, and a late decision. Henry Williams, whose name you just saw, is on the inactive list today, so he will not be participating. That decision made just before game time. Here's Keith Byers at left guard, and he's knocked down at the 21-yard line. Defensively for the Cowboys, and it has improved now. Danny Noonan has been moved outside, the spot Ed Jones used to occupy. He replaces Tony Tolbert there. Hamill, Willie Broughton back in the starting lineup, and the veteran Jeffcoat. Eugene Lockhart making a strong bid for a Pro Bowl berth, leads the league in tackles, and the secondary, Walls and Williams don't have an interception this season. Ray Horton has only one, and so does Albritton. Second down and 8. Splitbacks behind Randall Cunningham. They'll try Byers again, and he's out near the 26-yard line.
You know, Vern, one of the things that the marked improvement that the Cowboys have, especially over the last 5 weeks, is that the only team to rush for more than 80 yards against them, and that was 138 by these Eagles, and 50-something of that was by Cunningham alone. So they've been giving up less than 80 yards a game with their run defense, and so that's one of the things that the Eagles, if you look at it from their standpoint, the thing they've done so well and improved on is the fact that they are averaging over 140 yards rushing. So they've improved their running game. So it's really the two best things these teams are doing going up against one another.
Right now it's a 3rd down and 4, and there is Danny Noonan, first half of the year on injured reserve. Out of the shotgun, Cunningham, 3-man rush. Cunningham dances up and lobs it left, but his receiver fell down, Robert Drummond. It'll be 4th down. Robert Drummond, the rookie from Syracuse, was the intended receiver on the play.
He really found, they really discovered him in the San Diego game when he caught over 70 yards worth of passes. A little option right out in the flat. Cunningham didn't get the ball to Drummond early, but notice what Drummond tried to do, Vern. He said, aha, he's not going to throw it to me early. He wants me to go up the field. I must be covered. Cunningham saw him covered and went ahead and threw the ball out of bounds.
Cornell Burbage will return the punt. He replaces Derek Shepard, who, as we said, is on the inactive list. Max Runiger, who joined the team when John Telchik went on the injured list, punts it to a fair catch at the 31-yard line. That's a 42-yard punt for Max Runiger. 9:49 to go first quarter, and we're still scoreless.
In response to popular demand, we proudly introduced the Nikon Teletouch 300, a totally automatic dual-lens camera that significantly reduces red eye.
According to the latest estimates, Earth will soon be inhabited by more than 5.2 billion people. Where will they all fit?
You're in good company. You're in respect and real opportunity. Now you can prove yourself. Nobody here will stand in your way.
In the U.S. Armed Forces, everyone has a chance to learn, to grow, to lead.
Opportunity is waiting for you, in the U.S. Armed Forces.
First down and 10, 9:49 to go, first quarter. No score thus far. The Cowboys with their second position. That is the Eagles coaching booth. And on the right-hand side, just with a headset and barely visible behind the post, is Don McPherson, the rookie quarterback from Syracuse. That is the spot where Doug Scoville normally sat during games, talking on the phone with the quarterbacks. And Don McPherson, who is on the inactive list, is occupying that spot today, trying to help recognize pass defenses and such. Mike Pitts has bruised his knee, and he is on the bench. Should be back before the game gets too old, but Mike Golick has taken his place. Now there's motion and flags down.
Yeah, and right off the bat, Mike Golick got called for jumping off sides. Now, one of the things...
Encroachment prior to the snap. Number 90 defense. Still first down.
One of the things that Aikman is going to do today that he has not done this year, Vern, he is going to lengthen the cadence. He is going to go longer on his cadence. Therefore, he can read the blitz coverages. He can get people to commit, and he can then stop and then change the play at the line of scrimmage. And the only way you can do that is by having a longer cadence. A longer cadence that time caused Golick to jump off sides.
Eagles 16 penalties in the last game and 13 the last time these two teams met. So here's a play fake from Aikman. Watch out from the back. Jerome Brown. That's his 9.5 sack. And 2 already on the first 2 possessions. That's 50 on the season for Philadelphia.
Play action affects only linebackers and sometimes safeties. Jerome Brown simply beats Mark Tuinei, the left tackle of the Cowboys. After you do play action, if no one's there, the only thing you can do is throw the football away or tuck it under your arm and run.
Now, away from the ball, there was a flag thrown. And it appears to be against the Philadelphia Eagles. Jerry Seaman is our referee today.
You know, I would find it very hard to do a lot of play actions against a team that rushes the passer like the Eagles.
Holding number 95 defense beyond the line of scrimmage. Penalties in force. Previous spot. First down.
Whoa. Al Harris. And that wipes out a huge loss and gives Dallas a first down.
I wonder what Jerome Brown is saying to him, because believe you me, the front 4 of these Eagles compete against one another for sacks, and I'm sure Jerome Brown is sitting next to Simmons giving him a look.
Not to say bonus clauses in the contract at the end of the year. First and 10. And off right side, that's Darrell Johnston, number 48. The Cowboy rookie from Syracuse. He and Robert Drummond, number 36 for the Eagles, were teammates on that Syracuse team. Johnston, who is really developed now the latter part of the season.
He's their big blocking back, and Jimmy Johnson told us the thing that they would like to use Johnson for is he's a back that we'd like to run maybe 8 times a game, 10 times, but he's excellent at picking up blitzes. He's excellent lead blocker for our halfback.
Second down and 10, no score, opening moments of the game. Second and 11. Now watch out for the blitz. Nope, they dance out of it. Aikman quickly delivers left side to James Dixon. And he's close for the first down. Izell Jenkins, number 46, and Eric Allen make the tackle. Cowboys, of course, it's been quite some time now since the Herschel Walker trade to Minnesota. In the first 5 games with Herschel, they had 294 yards, an average of 59 a game. In the last 8 games without Walker, they're up to 109 yards per game average.
Almost doubled it. Not quite, but close. But then again, if you look at average attempts at rushing, you would probably get a little better feel for those yardage.
That's right. 3rd and 1. Timeout. Aikman saw something he didn't like, or he was fighting the 45-second clock. So timeout for the Cowboys, and that time he made sure he signaled timeout, unlike last week against Los Angeles.
There are few places on earth where you cannot fully appreciate the beauty of the new Honda Accord Coupe. The new Honda Accord. You have to drive it to believe it.
Guess what? I don't have the
keys.
I don't have them either.
The side door.
The gleam of a brass chandelier.
Not open.
The window.
The embrace of a comfortable chair. The 100 other details that make an Ethan Allen house so nice to come home to. If you ever get home.
Maybe the garage.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a sale at your Ethan Allen Gallery.
Left, split left!
Last week's Miller Lite NFL Player of the Week was Richard Johnson, making him eligible to be Player of the Year. Look for the next winner in Wednesday's USA Today and at the end of the season for the Miller Lite NFL Player of the Year.
Exactly what is discipline?
Being grounded. No TV. No treats.
Firing squad.
Major Dad, Monday.
Okay, spanking squad.
Cowboys facing a 3rd and 1 in the scoreless first quarter. We're midway through it, and Troy Aikman just called the timeout. We were talking about what he did not do this time, and that goes back to the loss to L.A. last week when Aikman was trying to signal a formation, I guess, right? And the referee misunderstood and said that's a timeout.
Yeah, a lot of teams you'll see a lot of times you'll see teams do this, a lot of them will do this, and a lot of teams will do this, and what Aikman did was this. And then the referee, the umpire, called the timeout. This is timeout. Always has been, never has changed. This is not timeout. But the motion, very similar. Yeah. Well, trust me, the Cowboys don't do this anymore.
No, he went like this time. And we got a 3rd and 1. And they're at the line. No score. Ball at midfield. Roderick Sargent, number 39, gets the...
Cowboys ran that time. They stayed in regular sets. They did not bring in an extra tight end. They split out their corners, which spread out the safety. And what the thinking by the Cowboys is, if we break the line of scrimmage, the plane, then our running backs are into the secondary, which is out of position. Normally teams get in real tight and then try to move a pile. But that time, the Cowboys spread everyone out.
There are numerous signs around here making reference to the Bounty Bowl. The Eagles have won the last 5 non-strike games against Dallas. And then carry goes nowhere. Jerome Brown makes the tackle. Well, a lot of games going on in the National Football League this afternoon. Let's go back to New York and check in with Brent.
Vern, here's the situation with Minnesota. Herschel Walker out. DJ Dozier with a 38-yard run set up this touchdown pass from Wade Wilson. So the Vikings in control of their destiny. They've gone on the board against Atlanta 7-0. Let's go back to Vern and Terry.
All right, Brent, nothing here. 6:48 to go first quarter. Double tight end set for the Cowboys. Keith Jennings, who was on the developmental squad early in the year, is in at the next tight end. Double wing set for Dallas. And Aikman drops straight back. 5-step drop. Fires left side. That's caught by Dixon. Shakes the first tackle of Eric Allen. And that is knocked out of bounds by Wes Hopkins. Gain of 18.
Well, a real gamble by Eric Allen. Eric Allen has a sprained right ankle. He hurt it yesterday messing around. And the problem is that when you're injured like that, normally a player will go ahead and take a safe approach to tackling. But Allen made the commitment to try to make the steal, the interception. He has 8 already. Missed that and allowed the receiver to break loose and almost go in for the touchdown.
Eric Allen leads the National Football League in interceptions with 8. The Cowboys defense as a team has 7. 1st and 10, Dallas. No score. Blitz coming. And the tackle made by Byron Evans, number 56, who is 2nd in the league in tackles to Eugene Lockhart of the Cowboys.
One of the things we're going to see a lot of today, and you notice these linebackers, they're just going to shoot to gap burn. Not a very fancy blitz, but effective. Notice in the center there, Wes Hopkins, number 48. That's a key for Aikman. Anytime Aikman looks and sees 48 over the center, he should know right now that he's over there to cover the tight end for blitzes. So therefore, you need to get out of those runs and go to the passes.
Split backs behind Troy Aikman, 2nd down and 12. No score, maybe encroachment on Jerome Brown. The pass is incomplete, and there are 3 flags down. Now, was Brown drawn offside? Aikman took a shot. Terry asked Troy Aikman yesterday about the intimidation factor of the Eagles, and he said, I expect to get hit on every play.
You know, I think he slipped up when he said, I expect to get rattled during a football game. But he said the real key is to not...
Offside, number 99 defense, still second down.
The key is to get up and not let it affect me, but it does happen, and yet you have to admire someone that is very honest about it, because it is a game of emotion, a game of feelings, and you're going to get hit, and you're going to have to get used to it, and you can't let it affect you. Zeph Joyner coming in from the outside gets hit there late, but Jerome Brown had already jumped off sides.
Second down, 7, no score. Cowboys driving now. Draw play. And that goes nowhere. Jerome Brown and Seth Joyner, number 59, wrapped him up. And wouldn't it be ironic if the first score in this game came from Luis Zendejas, who, by the way, is still the leading scorer for the Philadelphia Eagles in 1989.
You were reading my mail, because I was thinking the same thing. Wouldn't it be ironic if Luis Zendejas had to come out now and kick a field goal?
Well, the Cowboys have a third down. They've got 4 wide receivers in, and Zendejas is getting ready. Claims he has a tape of Al Roberts confirming the bounty issue.
His tape on his ears, too, and that's not, I don't think, to block the wind out.
3rd and 6. Blitz. Frizzell coming. Pass in the middle, a bump. Incidental contact with Everett. And Zendejas will be coming on, I believe.
Notice the grip that Aikman's one of the only quarterback I've ever seen ever puts a finger on the laces. Notice the laces of the football are laying on the palm. He is a palm passer. He grips the football extremely hard with the palm.
Zendejas, who is the focal point of all the controversy. He's 18 of 22 at Veterans Stadium. He's 18 of 23. And we remain scoreless in Bounty Bowl 2. The Eagles get it back.
For those hardy souls who brave the elements in search of the perfect tree, McDonald's has a treat just for you. For a short time, we're serving holiday chicken McNuggets with a festive orange sauce. There are also thick, rich eggnog milkshakes and cool peppermint sundaes. They're just our way of wishing you a joyous season.
Your holiday place, McDonald's.
Did you know if you're an MCI, Execunet, or a Sprint Dial 1 customer and your business spends over $50 a month, you could be in the wrong plan. You can save money with the new AT&T Pro Watts, and we're going to make it easy. We're so sure that you'll see the difference. We'll pay to sign you up. We'll pay to switch you over. And if you're not satisfied within 90 days, we'll even pay to switch you back. All you have to do is call us, 1-800-222-0400. New AT&T Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
The following fine items were purchased with Visa cards last year, but not paid for. They were won in the Visa Our Treat Sweepstakes. Now all you have to do to enter is use your Visa card. And almost anything you buy just may be Our Treat. And the more you use your card, the more chances you have to win. So why pay with anything else?
Luis Zendejas misfires on the field goal, and as it was being missed wide right, Al Jury was apparently hit on the back of the head with a snowball. And you see him now laughing and putting on a helmet.
They offered him a helmet, but he got KO'd right in the back of the head and floored him right in the end zone.
Hey, I was in Minneapolis in 1975 when Armin Terzian got hit with a bottle thrown out of the stands. And it lost its humor then. He was almost seriously injured. Here's Cunningham. Left side, Chris Carter. Fumbled, but he was out of bounds with an 8-yard gain. Everson Walls made the tackle. Let's check in on New Orleans and Buffalo. Playing up in Buffalo today. Here's Brent.
Vern, they've got even more snow up in Buffalo, and it is the big shock of the day. The New Orleans Saints had scored once, missed an extra point. This time, the dump off to Dalton Hilliard, who is headed for a Pro Bowl appearance in Hawaii after the Super Bowl, and he goes 54 yards. Back to Vern.
Wow, 13-0 there. Our score, no score. 4:39 to go. Byers coming to the left side. Cuts it upfield, bounces off a tackle, and forces Vince Albritton backwards.
Give a big man like Byers the opportunity to get outside and then square his shoulders up. The people that are going to have to make the tackles are the corners or the safeties, and this man weighs 240 pounds, and that's a mismatch.
He had been in his first couple of years here, Terry, as you know so well, the focal point of a lot of controversy, articles saying Buddy Ryan had wasted a draft choice. But this year, a lot of that criticism has been diffused. He's having a really good season.
And one of the reasons is, very simply, is the fact that they're running him. They're giving him the football. They're not giving up on him.
First down and 10, backs in the eye. Toss left side. Here comes Anthony Tony. There's a flag down. And Tony hustles his way to a first down if the play stands. Albritton, Robert Williams collaborate on the tackle. Here's another bulletin for you. Anthony Tony is the leading rusher for Philadelphia. It's no longer Randall Cunningham.
And Buddy Ryan came out and said that, you know, early in the year, Buddy wanted Randall to not lead. Now that he's not leading, Buddy comes out in the paper and says, hey, you know, we got to get Randall back up there. He's the best runner in the National Football League, and we want him leading our team in rushing.
First and 10, Eagles, no score. Cunningham back across the middle, bobbled and dropped. Keith Jackson, who is tied for the team lead in receptions with 53 and should have had 54.
We might be able to have some fun with Jackson today, especially if he becomes, which he has been since he's been back from the injured list, the primary receiver of Cunningham. And I'd like to show everyone, as this game goes along, Vern, how he reads. He is the only receiver that's allowed to read and run wherever he wants to run.
He's an option route runner almost.
Exactly.
Here's Cunningham back, looks right, comes across the middle. That's caught by Ron Johnson. First down at the 37-yard line. Found a big hole and made the catch.
Well, you're going to find a lot of holes when you play against a team that uses zone defense, where everyone just drop backs in an area. A strong-armed quarterback like Cunningham can beat the seams with his arm. Cunningham will come out. Jackson, to your left of your screen, he opens up. But now look at Cunningham come back. And a smart route by Ron Johnson. He ran a slant, Vern. Once he got in the dead area, instead of continuing running, he slowed down and gave the target to Cunningham.
First down and 10. Scoreless first quarter, 3:05 to go. Here's Byers inside the 35 near the 33-yard line.
You know, it's interesting what they said. One of the keys for Byers is the fact that they noticed in the film how Keith Byers was running with his head down, that he was looking at his feet. And so they talked to him, they got him aside, and look at this, you're running with your head down. Great running backs run with their head up. So now they made him aware of it. He opens up his eyes, keeps his head up, and then everything has changed for him now.
Isn't it amazing that here's a man who's in his 4th year as a professional, and now they discover that he keeps his head down when he runs. But Ted Plum and the staff made that discovery. Here's a Cowboy blitz. Tony goes right, cuts inside, and is knocked down at the 31-yard line by Gene Lockhart, who had 14 tackles last week and leads the National Football League in tackles, and said last night that you bet he would love a berth in the Pro Bowl. Kind of difficult to make it when you're on a 1-12 team. He might be deserving.
Well, you lead the National Football League in tackling, you bet you deserve it. And the other thing about Lockhart is that he said the combination of learning to play on the flex, where he had to read the guards and the back, he said now with this aggressive style, I combine both the flex technology and the new aggressive style.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down, Cunningham. My, oh my, is he dangerous here. First down, Eagles. That's a gain of 9.
This is simple. There's no one is open. Cunningham will take the snap. He'll drop up. He'll say, well, there's the pressure. And once he feels the pressure, he doesn't look downfield for the receivers. He breaks up in the middle, and then he scrambles to run. If you force Cunningham to run and scramble to the outside, then he will pick his head up and look to throw the ball down the middle. If he runs up the middle, he runs. He doesn't throw.
45-second clock now shows 8 seconds as the Eagles hurry to the line of scrimmage. They'll have to fight the clock and go in a quick count. They do. And the handoff goes to Anthony Toney, who goes right and gets a couple of yards. And then Gene Lockhart is a part of it again.
Run, 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 run. This is so different. I know earlier in the season, this offense was heavily criticized, Buddy Ryan in particular, Ted Plum in particular, because of the type of offense that Ryan was running, which was a running game. They wanted to see Randall throw it 50 times and make all these exciting passes, but they lost quick, and when they lost quick, they lost the heart and soul of their deep threat. And Ryan said, if we're going to win the Super Bowl, we have got to establish the run. That they're doing.
2nd down and 9. No score, first quarter. Cunningham fires it short, caught by Byers. That's short of the first down as well as he gets it to the 14-yard line, and Ken Norton makes the tackle, and there's another player slow getting up, Anthony Toney, who came in with an injury. There's Byers with the catch.
Byers probably, Vern, he's the threat. He's the one everyone's concerned about. Byers, more than likely, believe it, will be the one player, the one offensive player that is doubled by the Cowboys. Carter and Johnson, the 2 wide receivers, with the exception possibly of the tight end Jackson, who will also be double teamed, but the 2 wideouts won't be.
3rd and 4 from the 15, scoreless quarter. Cunningham lobs it, caught Jackson. First down. Ray Horton makes the catch. It'll be 1st and goal. They'll walk 95 yards to the other end of the field. A 1st and goal, Philadelphia at the end of 1.
I guess Jennifer and I were like any young couple, excited knowing that we'd soon have our first child. I'm Terry Hogue of the NFL's Philadelphia Eagles, and this is my wife, Jennifer. I was fortunate enough to be there in the delivery room as Christopher was being born. And in that moment of joy and love, I suddenly realized that our world had been shattered.
The expressions on our doctors' faces told us something was wrong. We learned our son would survive, but he only had 1 kidney, and his lower left side below his waist had not developed.
But we also came to the realization that there are parents who must face the same challenges we did without the resources to give their children.
But the United Way agencies here in Philadelphia are helping children like Christopher.
And now I'd like for you to meet our son, Christopher. The surgeries he's had to help correct his right leg, and you're giving children just like Christopher that same chance at life when you give to the United Way. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Honda, who invite you to test drive a new Accord. You have to drive it to believe it. Nikon, we take the world's greatest pictures. And by Miller Lite, America's favorite light beer, brings you the Miller Lite All-Star Super Bowl.
Back for quarter number 2, Dallas and Philadelphia scoreless. The Eagles now with an impressive drive, and they've got a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Make it the 5 officially after Keith Jackson made that 3rd down grab. Quarter number 2, Vern Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw. Randall Cunningham has talked it over with Ted Plum on the sideline and come on out. Cowboys, like so many other teams, employ a spy system, and that time Jesse Solomon was shadowing Cunningham, but he alertly got rid of it. 1st and goal from the 5. Back split. Byers, Toney, interchangeable fullback, running back now. This is Byers going right. And big fumble. And who got it?
Looks like Ron Solt got it. the right guard.
It was Ron Solt.
Talking last night, Byers, we asked him, was he a leaper? At fullbacks, normally big, heavy fullbacks very seldom leap. Very seldom will you see this type of action from a big man. And the reason, very simply, is his strength is his power. When he's in the air, he loses his power.
When things are going right, they really do go well. The Eagles have fumbled 16 times now in the last 4 games in the quarter and lost only 4. Here's Cunningham lobbing it deep, incomplete. Byers claiming he was held up in the end zone by Horton. There is no flag. And it'll be 3rd and goal.
Byers coming in, lined up as a tight end. Coming across the field, and Cunningham took him and had his eyes on him all the way, which made it for easy coverage. The man that was open was Carter on the outside. He was wide open for the touchdown.
3rd and goal. No score, opening moments of the second quarter. A rematch, Bounty Bowl 2, and if you joined us late, there has been no conflict and very little controversy so far, and a timeout has been called by the Cowboys. That's their second. Dallas calls timeout. Some defensive confusion. We'll be back in a moment.
In July 1988, some said it was luck. In February 1989, some said it was a fluke. In April 1989, some said it was coincidence. In November 1989, some said, get me their phone number. Prudential Bates Securities, rock solid, market wise.
Regardless of what some people think, all spark plugs aren't alike. These AC copper core plugs match my car's specs for up to 30,000 miles of high revving firepower.
AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
It's the biggest game ever played for one case of Miller Lite. And both teams are getting ready. Get him up, Washington!
Why don't they just run around them? Wouldn't that be easier? Guys, you want to knock off for lunch or something?
Coach, this is some workout.
Oh, we want to win that Miller Lite.
Not to mention a free trip to the Super Bowls. Just like the one Bill Jorgensen found in his case of Miller Lite.
Coach, we got to get that case.
Don't worry, I'm bringing in a secret weapon.
Stay with us now and see if you can understand all this with 2 weeks remaining after today. Philadelphia leads the East over the Giants. They won both games. The 49ers can clinch the West and a home field with a win Monday night. Minnesota leads the Central. There's still 126 possible scenarios. Most of those involve wild cards. The 49ers can clinch a wild card berth if Philadelphia, Green Bay, New York, or the Giants lose. There are 9 teams still alive. Chicago and New Orleans will be eliminated today with a loss. And the Giants and the Rams lead the wild card chase 9-4. Our experts in New York figured all of that out.
I'll give someone a truck ride if they can name all 126 possibilities.
3rd and goal, no score. Cunningham, fade route in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Chris Carter, it's absolutely his favorite route to run. Well, he doesn't catch many, but when he does, do they count. That's his 9th touchdown catch this year.
Notice Carter on the outside, lined up on Robert Williams, takes him inside, freezes him. Williams actually has good coverage. He goes up, mistimes his swing at the ball. When he comes down, then the ball comes down to Carter. What's his favorite route? Everybody knows it by now. It's the fade route.
Roger Ruzek, who was a Cowboy, now an Eagle, gets the extra point. And Philadelphia takes a 7-0 lead on Chris Carter's 9th touchdown catch of the year.
I love what you do for me, Toyota. I love how you set me free, Toyota. I love it, I just love it.
Toyota's 1990 4x4. Park it anywhere.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
How to build a Christmas fire. 1. Roll up your sleeves. 2, get down on your knees. 3, use a little paper. 4, strike the perfect match. 5, step back and feel the heat. This Christmas, light a fire with diamonds.
Ever since my brother Tom got this Magnavox 52-inch big screen TV, the show's gonna start. Come on. He stopped going to the movies. The picture is huge, sharp, and brighter than any ordinary TV. And I get great seats. Plus, Magnavox has a 100-watt JBL sound system. It's the same Dolby surround sound you hear at the movies. Yeah, and I don't have to stand in line in the rain anymore. Tom, it doesn't always rain when you go to the movies. Not anymore.
Magnavox. Smart choice. Very smart.
The Blue Demons of DePaul, the Tar Heels of North Carolina, the season premiere of college basketball on CBS Sports next Saturday.
14 minutes and 8 seconds to go first half. Chris Carter with the touchdown catch. He caught 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, both on fade routes.
Both on fade routes, and interesting, both of his fade routes were run from the right side and not the left side. This time Carter caught it from the left side. He last time had Everson Walls on him and got a couple on him, and then decided he'd give Mr. Williams a little taste of it and just got through putting one on him.
Ruzak kicks it off, taken by Dixon. Nice run, flag is thrown, and this one will come back. James Dixon leads the National Football League in kickoff return average with 23 yards per return. One might say he's had more practice than anybody else in the league. They have returned a bunch of them. That happens when you're 1-12. And a flag. Here's Jerry Seaman.
Well, you know, it's funny that he does lead the National Football League in return yardage, but he doesn't lead him. He does not lead the National Football League in attempts. So there, you know, he's not in one. He's not even the top 5.
Illegal block during the return. Number 85 receiving team. First down.
Well, we've mentioned the fade route of Chris Carter. Let's go back and take a look at what exactly a fade route is, Terry.
Well, a fade route is just simply when a player comes up real tight, top of your screen, Carter will take a little move, a hitch inside now to the outside, and he uses his eyes to freeze the receiver, and then he bounces for the ball. You saw Williams go up, mistimed his jump.
Troy Aikman hands it off to Paul Palmer. Bounces off a tackle and gets back to the 20-yard line. Is that a difficult throw for a quarterback to make?
No, it's an easy throw to make because, number one, receivers can out-jump defensive backs. Defensive backs are normally defensive backs because they are not good receivers. That's how you find out who can play defensive back. They can cover, but they can't jump. And so, therefore, the receiver, Carter, has the advantage. And as a quarterback, I love throwing the fade because there's 3. I'll show you later. There are several ways to throw it, but normally you take one step and just lay it up.
Second down, Dallas. Cornell Burbage comes across. Ball on the ground, goes right. Palmer is knocked down for a loss. Reggie White. Reggie, who 3 weeks ago here first brought out black shoes and talked 4 of his teammates into wearing them because he liked the way they looked on the Colorado Buffaloes. Well, the list has grown now. Last time you and I had the Eagles, there were 14 members wearing black shoes. Today, there are 16. Randall Cunningham is not wearing the black shoes, but Reggie said yesterday, we've got them on order. The problem is, he needs them without the steel plate in them.
Yeah.
They aren't here yet. So we'll see if Randall wears them when they get here. 3rd and 10. Blitz. Aikman dances right, chased by Jerome Brown, wings it, incomplete. The pressure got to him. Cowboys will have to punt. And Jerome Brown was ever so close. He's still angry at Al Harris for having that sack taken away from him back in the first quarter.
Almost got to Aikman. The thing that, the real problems that Jerome Brown causes is that a tackle to his size can take on 2 blockers and dominate them and get into the backfield, and that frees up Pitts or Golick, the other tackle. So he's extremely strong, and then he's extremely quick.
Mike Saxon to punt. Anthony Edwards fair caught the first one. Gizmo Williams And snowballs are flying out around Mike Saxon down in that end zone. You can see another one. Security ought to get down there. That could get dangerous if somebody loads up one of those things. Edwards at the 38. And he's back to the 48-yard line. There is also a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you know, this happened in Cleveland. There's your holding on the Cowboys. But, you know, you're talking about snowballs, Vern, and this is the very problem they had in Cleveland. And the Broncos and the Browns, that they forced them to reverse the ends of the field.
Holding, number 55, kicking team. Penalty decline. First down.
So the Eagles will take over near midfield. Already today, Al Jury, the back judge, was clipped in the back of the head by a snowball thrown from that end zone. So one would hope that security would get down there and begin patrolling. Timeout.
Hey. Listen, if I give you all some wine, do you promise to get out of the kitchen?
Depends on the wine.
I guarantee you like it. Just try it. Ooh, this is so nice.
Have we had this before?
No, I found something different.
White Grenache. It's Gallo. When they start making this?
Y'all happy? Yeah? Good? All right, so out.
Ernest and Julio Gallo invite you to try a remarkable wine. White Grenache. It will change the way you think about Gallo.
And all of a sudden, I was just thrown to the ground. It's like my eyes were seeing, but my mind couldn't comprehend what was happening.
Just about everything we own in the world was broken.
As a neighbor went past, she said, "I'm sorry, but your house fell down the hill."
On October 17th, an earthquake took Northern California by surprise. The next day, so did Allstate.
They actually drove up here in the middle of the night.
And they land in Los Gatos, California, and within 6 hours, they're at my door. Our Allstate agent told us, you find a place to stay. If you can't, we'll find one for you.
They're inventorying our house and what's in it. They're hauling it away for us. They're storing it for us.
We went through the house, and in a matter of hours, we had a check in our hands.
And to see a check right away is amazing.
They are handling it for us, and in a caring manner.
I expected bean pushers, and I got sensitive people instead. You find out how good your insurance company is when there's a disaster.
Monday, it's an Al Floss Christmas Carol.
Not me. Not Big Al. Not the big guy.
It was really a big funeral, Al.
Really?
On the famous Teddy Z.
Any number of relationships bind these two teams together. Jerome Brown, for example, the outstanding defensive tackle, played for the Cowboys head coach, Jimmy Johnson, at Miami. Johnson has now platooned his defense. He's got Isaac Holt, Jesse Solomon in. They play quarters number 2 and 4. Here's the toss to Tony, going left with Myers in front. As Philadelphia enjoys good field position here near the 50-yard line, and Ray Horton makes the tackle.
You know, one of the reasons that Solomon and Holt are in, you're talking about platooning, and the reason for the platooning, it's a learning process, and therefore they're not quite ready to play the full 4 quarters. So what Johnson and his staff are doing is they're letting them play a quarter, kind of get the experience with the defense, take them out, let them sit around a quarter, and then bring them back.
Jimmy Johnson said last night, Terry, he's learned 1,000 things that are different about pro ball from college ball. One of them is, if you don't get it done in training camp, you're not going to get it done. Here's Byers out of the tackle and breaks the tackle and goes forward to the 42-yard line. Nice bit of running.
Well, if you keep your head up, this is one of the good things that happen to players when they are tackled. If their head is up, they're able to spin off and find where the seams are. Notice there's the Bates. Hamill, the tackle. He makes one hit. There's another hit. Now they look at the hand down, peeking up through the face mask, squirming forward to get almost a first down. But excellent job of balance. Once again, a big man. This is not a little guy, 240 pounds.
6 carries for 21 yards. Double tight end set now. Jackson and David Little, along with Jimmy Giles. All 3 are in. Play fake. Cunningham puts it on his hip. Goes for Byers, deep right side. Flag is down. Isaac Holt and Byers contending for it.
Well,
now, who will the call be on?
They're going to wave it off. They got a flag, but I think they'll wave this off if it's defense.
It might be on Byers. No, it's not. The other direction.
Yeah, I thought they might wave it off, Vern, because the ball was going to be caught out of bounds, but evidently that's not the case.
Pass interference, number 30 defense, first down.
All Holt had to do was just to turn around with his head, and he would have been able to get away with the bumping and shoving. Byers out of the backfield, only one other receiver in the route, and that was the tight end, David Little. Good coverage. There's the push. That may have been where the flag was thrown right there. Yeah, there it is. There was the push, back, then the catch. Can't do that.
That's a first down. Philadelphia leading 7-0. They whitewashed the Cowboys 27-0 on Thanksgiving Day. Now Cunningham thinks about going across the middle. He's caught and sacked for a loss at the 31-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat makes the sack, and that is Jim's 7th and a half this year. And while we've got a moment, let's go back and check in with Brett in New York.
Vern, let me update the story with the Chicago Bears. They could be knocked out of the playoffs today for the first time since '83. Bob Galliano on the option rolls in for the Lions. They lead Chicago 7-3. Bears are out if they lose. Back to Vern.
Oh, what a terrible season Mike Ditka and the Bears are having. 7-0 here. Philadelphia going after its 10th win of the year. Cunningham has just been sacked, and the pass incomplete across the middle. Flag comes down again. Intended for Byers. David Howard will argue, but he's going to be called for it, I believe. Howard, number 99, another of the trio picked up in the Herschel Walker trade.
See, the back judge or the field judge, neither one threw the flag, and that was in the area in which the route was run, but then the line judge picked it up coming at him. He picked it up, saw it, and threw the flag.
Pass interference, number 99 defense, first down.
Look right in the center, Vern, and you'll be able to pick up. There's the ball right in the center going over the hash. Now you'll see the defensive back go across the back. Notice the head go down. There's the collision, and there's the flag. That's David Howard, 99, who was called for pass interference.
That's the second pass interference call against the Cowboy defense on this current drive. First and 10 Eagles. They lead 7-0. Play action. Cunningham, deep left side, incomplete. Intended for Ron Johnson.
Want to have some fun? Ron Johnson runs one route extremely well, and it's the corner route. We've covered these Eagles a lot, and watch him run the corner. He runs the corner, loves the corner route. What about Chris Carter? Chris Carter loves the fade. The fade and the corner. That's the two routes you're probably going to see both these receivers run all day. Play action. What did Ron Johnson run at that time? He ran the corner down, faked the post, and head out to an angle.
Now Carter, who has the only touchdown thus far, comes to the right side. Second and 10. Four-man rush by Dallas. Short drop across the middle to Byers. Fights to break the tackle and leans out and may have gotten the first down. Jesse Solomon with the tackle.
Man, what a beautiful job by Cunningham. Actually, Byers was the third receiver out. It was a crossing route. They're just dropping back. There's Byers coming across. Reads. Notice how he reads Jesse Solomon going with him. He reads the flow of the linebacker on him. He stops and then goes back. Cunningham saw it and got him the football.
First and 10 Eagles. They lead it. 9.5 to go in the first half. Anthony Toney drives down to the 15-yard line. Tackle made by David Howard. Buddy Ryan, who kept up the verbal assault with Jimmy Johnson this week, told us yesterday that Dallas team on Thanksgiving Day was the worst prepared team I've ever seen in football on both sides of the ball. Terry said, why do you say things like that?
He's a hard guy for America to really understand. A lot of people don't like him, and he just says how he feels, and then we're just not used to people telling us that he doesn't like us.
From the 15, second down. Byers tries a spin move and is knocked down to the 13-yard line by Gene Lockhart.
But isn't that interesting that Buddy he says, I just assume you know exactly how I feel about the question you asked me, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, and it's up to you whether or not you can handle my honesty.
And there's the other side of him. Back in the beginning of the season, he told us that, and he didn't want it out. He said, I gave Gene Stallings one of my fillies, one of my thoroughbreds. And Gene gave it to his daughter, and that horse called Jenny's Pursuit, a gift from Buddy Ryan, is now in San Antonio. 3rd and 5. Into the end zone, incomplete. Roger Ruzek will come on to try and break the tie. If there's not enough confusion between these two teams, Ruzak formerly kicked for the Cowboys, and Zendejas used to kick for Philadelphia before he was signed by the Cowboys. But of course, before all that, he kicked for the Cowboys before Ruzak did. You got that straight.
I'm following you.
That's what scares me.
I don't know how far.
Fake into the end zone. Caught! Matt Cavanaugh threw it. Chris Carter caught it.
What route did he run, Vern?
Fade route, I believe.
Oh, Buddy Ryan said the only way the Cowboys can beat us is by using gadgets or trick plays, and this is a trick play that Ryan uses himself. And you saw it, folks, the fade route, a beautiful throw, and a great job by Carter to make the grab.
Cavanaugh's 4th pass of the year, his 2nd completion, but the other 3 have been from scrimmage. Matt Cavanaugh, the wily old pro, and Chris Carter out of Ohio State. He's caught 2 today.
You know, I bought my Toyota Camry because 3 separate mechanics, Fred, Jeff, and Kevin, told me the Camry was a really reliable car.
Now he waves when he goes by the shop, but he doesn't stop.
Can't believe you told him to buy such a reliable car.
They were right. My Camry's been really dependable.
I didn't tell him to buy one. I said they were reliable. You did too.
He'll never see me again.
No use crying over spilled milk.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas. Radio Shack sale-priced cordless phone, this year's most popular Christmas gift.
Hi, Grandma.
It's for you.
Hi.
It goes from room to room, has a handy redial button, and it's on sale for just $59.95. The sale-priced portable cordless phone.
It's for you.
Hi.
It's a great gift idea.
Sure. It's for you.
For me? It's for me. The cordless phone, on sale now at Radio Shack, the technology store.
This is it. The game is about to start.
Less filling. Tastes great.
Call it. It's a nickel. No, a quarter. Herrera kicks off. Just a little deep.
I'll throw it to Dwight.
Yeah, he's got hands like glue.
Jones drops back. Touchdown! If Taste Great can hang on to this lead, they get the case of Miller Lite and go to the Super Bowl.
We need that secret weapon.
Don't worry, we're going to get that case.
Matt Cavanaugh just threw the touchdown toss, his first touchdown of the year. One wonders if that might not have been a little vindication for Al Roberts, the special teams coach. Buddy Ryan, the way his mind works, might have put that play in for Al Roberts, because Roberts, of course, has been in the spotlight. Supposedly, it was Roberts who called Zendejas and warned him about the bounty on his head. And supposedly, Zendejas now has a tape recording of a telephone conversation with Al Roberts made after the game.
This is good soap stuff. This will be on the networks next year.
Al Roberts said, "You release that tape, and I'll sue you. I'll own a Mexican restaurant in Tucson," which Zendejas is a part owner of. So it's fumble by Dixon. Has nowhere to go, but now watch out. And Roger Ruzak had to make the tackle, and had he not, that would have gone for a bundle.
Well, you're looking at the guy that might be the special teams performer in the Pro Bowl.
Next Saturday on CBS Sports, it's a full day of sports action that all starts with a special edition of the NFL Today, live at noon Eastern. Then in an NFC Eastern clash, the Cowboys travel to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Giants. That'll be followed by the season premiere of college basketball on CBS, the home of the NCAA championship. The DeVal Blue Demons battle Dean Smith's 17th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels. That's all next Saturday here on CBS. 14-0. 2 touchdown catches by Chris Carter. Split backs behind Aikman. Deep drop by Aikman. Flips it out. Johnson is popped, and it's an incomplete pass. Byron Evans made the hit. And now this is an emotional Philadelphia Eagle football team. Evans, Terry, has really come into his own as a middle linebacker this year.
Yeah, the middle linebacker in the 46 calls the defense. He is the man that calls the lineman and the linebacker schemes. And then but Wes Hopkins, the free safety, he calls the secondary. But the quarterback on defense is number 56, Byron Evans.
Out of Arizona, Troy Aikman now 3 of 7 for 49 yards. At his worst outing of the season against the Eagles on Thanksgiving Day. Quick drop. Fired out the right side to Darrell Johnson, the fullback. Tackle made by Seth Joyner.
So many times what happens, Vernon, and it's very important for the young team, the young quarterback Aikman, is that you cannot panic in a situation like this, a hostile environment, a very emotional game. You cannot panic. You can't get away from the offensive scheme. You got to just stay in there and don't get out of the system. Just let it work for you.
Well, Roger Staubach saw him yesterday at the Army-Navy game. I'm sure he's thrilled to death with the Navy victory yesterday, and what a great broadcast that was. Great ball game. 3rd and 7. Aikman stands tough, incomplete. And he took a shot. Reggie White was coming. And now they help Aikman up. Eric Everett coming on the blitz as well. And the Eagles are going to get it back. Reggie White, who said he was watching the Notre Dame-Penn State broadcast a couple of weeks ago, and he admired how Notre Dame intimidated teams into believing they couldn't beat them before the game started. He said, that's the feeling I want to get here with Philadelphia. Anthony Edwards back.
They're working on it. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
They come after Saxon, and there's the block. Robert Drummond, number 36. That is the second blocked punt for Mike Saxon this year. And Robert Drummond got a hand on it.
Straight up the middle. There's Saxon, steps right up inside, and I can't see the number, but it looks like it was Drummond, 36, blocks it. And the Cowboys had an opportunity here to pick this football up and tally-ho down the sideline, but instead they opted to fall on it. Once again, there's Saxton, nothing late, good snap, but great penetration right up the middle by number 36. The one place you do not ever want to allow a pass rusher to come or punt guy to come is up the middle, because he is right in the face of the punter.
So now Philadelphia takes over at the 40-yard line. Robert Drummond, the running back from Syracuse, with a block, 3rd-round draft choice. The Eagles already up by 14, have a chance to increase their lead. 6:32 to go. Toss right side. Anthony Tony weaves his way inside the 35 to the 33. And there's the first fisticuffs that have broken out. David Howard was a part of it. Ron Heller may have been a part of it as well. And there's a player down at the 35. More snowballs come out of the stands.
Mike, that's
Matt Darwin.
Matt Darwin, the left tackle. This turf is hard enough in the summertime when it's nice and warm, but in the wintertime when it's cold like it is today, and it is cold on that field.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 99 defense, 1st down.
You know, you hit that turf, Vern, and that stuff is hard as concrete, freezes, and it looks as though Darwin bounced his head. We'll be able to take a look. Can't see the injury, but there's 99 coming back in. Now there's Howard, and he goes to the head of Ron Heller, 73, and he's picking on a guy that has an operation on his left hand and a broken finger, a broken thumb, and just this week was operated on, had a pin placed in it, and now is out there starting. Look at his left. Look at that, out there playing. Played with it last week against the Giants without the operation, and then got it operated on and is out there playing today.
He's yelling back at the Cowboy defensive huddle as David Howard's having a long afternoon of personal foul and a pass interference call against him on the last Philadelphia drive. And Matt Darwin, the 4-year pro out of Texas A&M, is still down. Now he's up and walks off. Darwin was injured coming into the ball game, and Ken Reeves, who is his backup, will try and go, but Kenny also is showing the effects of a long bruising season.
Yeah, one of the problems now, Reeves is injured, and now if Reeves has to leave the game, Vern, now David Alexander, the center, will move out and play the tackle spot, and Dave Remington picked up in a trade with the Bengals 2 or 3 years ago. He will then move back and become the starting center.
Chris Carter goes to the left side from where he's caught 1 touchdown pass today. Yep. Ron Johnson wide right. High formation. There's the toss to Anthony Tony. And he's tackled at the 18-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat, number 77, makes the stop. There's Matt Darwin. The Eagles, of course, control their own destiny now with a 9-4 record. They are at New Orleans for a Monday night game next week and then finish out the regular season back home against Phoenix here on Christmas Eve. Kenny Reeves now in at left tackle. Here's Matt Darwin's best friend on the team, and their roommates on the road, as well as teammates at Texas A&M. Here's Cunningham back. Looks for Tony, being chased by Noonan. Nice move. And down at the 13. It'll still be short of the first down.
See, one of the things that the Cowboys want to do is spy Cunningham, but they can't spy Cunningham unless they're in a third down situation where they bring in an extra defensive back and leave one linebacker in. In normal first or second down situations, then they can't spy him. They put one guy on him, then it's a mismatch for the defense. So Cunningham is able to run because no one is spying him on first and second down. On third down, he'll have the spy.
It'll be third down right now. 4:50 to go first half. Cunningham with 2 rushes for 15 yards.
I wonder if they'll double Carter. Carter's in the slot. Looks like he's got 2 men over him.
Jackson in the wing right, out of the shotgun. They go left side, and it's incomplete. So that'll bring Roger Ruzak on for the second time. The last time they were here, of course, Matt Cavanaugh threw the touchdown toss to Chris Carter. There's Cavanaugh, now in his 12th year.
Out of Pittsburgh. I was playing for the Steelers, and he was lighting up the scoreboard in Pittsburgh with Johnny Majors and doing a heck of a job.
Roger Ruzek, 30 yards. This is the exact same spot from which Cavanaugh threw the touchdown a moment ago. Blocked, and there's room to run for the Cowboys. Bernard Ford has it, and he's being chased by Jesse Small. And Small saves a touchdown. It was Jesse Small's hit of Luis Zendejas to open the second half Thanksgiving Day that started all the bounty business. But a 46-yard return after Everson Walls blocked the field goal.
Well, we've seen a blocked punt. The Eagles blocked Saxton. Now you see Everson Walls come in. He blocks Rusik's attempt at a field goal. And now Ford. Now this is amazing. Ford is a receiver who is supposed to have blinding speed. But Jesse, as you can see, Jesse Small runs him down.
Great effort by Jesse Small to save 6. And now from the 25, the Cowboys take over. There's Jesse Small, the rookie from Eastern Kentucky. 1st and 10, flag down.
False start prior to the snap. Number 61 offense, still first down.
Nate Newton. Guilty of the false start. Zendejas is missed from 42. Philadelphia touchdown off a fake field goal. Philadelphia blocked the Dallas punt, and Dallas blocked the Philadelphia field goal. So Al Roberts, Alan Lowry, the respective special teams coaches of these two ball clubs. 1st and 15. Aikman chased by Mike Pitts. tackle made after a 2-yard gain. James Dixon hauls it in. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll select a player of the game from each team who'll be candidates for the National Miller Lite Player of the Week honors. That's coming up in the second half. Right now, 14-0 with 3:45 to go first
You're
half.
seeing the Cowboys go with one back set and 3 wide receivers, and the reason for the 3 wideouts is that will take the Eagles out of their 46 defense. No safety blitzes.
4-man front. There is a blitz now, and a good hot read by Aikman. He goes to his tight end, Folsom, to the left side.
Yeah, when you have one back in the backfield and 3 wide receivers, the safety blitz will come from the slot area. And the Cowboys know this, and so they were bringing out 3 wide receivers. That stretches the secondary and eliminates the safety blitz possibilities, especially up the middle. And if they do blitz, they have to come off the slot, and it's very easy for Aikman to read it.
Cowboys thus far 2 of 6 on 3rd downs. Aikman is 6 of 11 for 58. He'll go from the shotgun. And again, 4 wide receivers this time. Scott Anklin joins the group. That'll be 5 against the Cowboys.
Seth Joyner doing a little intimidation act of his own, was pointing that time at Gogan. I believe that was Gogan, the right tackle, Vern, that
false start prior to the snap, number 78 offense.
Oh, that's David Wydell at right tackle, but Seth Joyner was pointing at Wydell and taunting him with his hands, and Wydell just simply lost his poise there and just game on back and tried to get set up too soon.
6 for 52 now for the Cowboys. Philadelphia so heavily penalized the last 2 games, only 3 so far. 3rd and 14, 14-0. Philadelphia leads. Blitz coming again. Aikman in the corner. There's a jump ball, incomplete. Izell Jenkins with the defensive work. This is a Philadelphia team that has 27 interceptions this year.
Aikman has his man. The ball's laid out there, but the ball is a little bit thrown. It's a little bit underthrown, Bernard Ford, and a little bit late. I believe if Troy Aikman read this a little quicker and drilled the football, he would have had a touchdown.
Zendejas 0 for 1 today. This is from 47 yards away. High snap. That one is good. So Luis Zendejas, who was a very popular player while he was here in Philadelphia, has become something other than that in the last couple of weeks. But he puts the Cowboys on the boards 14-3 with 2:32 to go in the first half. This, of course, the first half of our doubleheader, and what a game we've got for most of you coming up next. The Giants in the Denver area, the first time those 2 teams have met since they were in the Super Bowl together.
Phil Simms coming off a big yardage. What was it, 11 for 37 last week, but 280 yards, and the turnovers, the 5 turnovers they had just absolutely ruined the Giants' hopes.
I'm going to try and get back to my home in Steamboat Springs tonight, but it is snowing in Denver even as we speak, heavily.
Well,
so that may affect that game. Those folks in the New York area are particularly interested in that.
I know. I feel for you having to go out there in that snow. I'll be heading down to the southwest area, and
where the snow will probably be coming tomorrow,
where it won't be quite so wintry.
Luis Zendejas, who just kicked the 47-yarder. There is Jesse Small, who took the shot at him when he went right by 2 other Cowboys.
Doesn't he look like he's a bandit there with that bandana wrapped around that neck? Kind of fitting, isn't it?
Bounty hunter, huh?
The bounty hunter. I like that.
I wonder if that's intentional. Well, there's an anticlimax. Ball just blew off the tee.
Yeah, it's bad enough you've got 65,000 booing you. You want to get kick this thing and then sprint to the sideline, but you have to go back up and reset it now and do it all over again. Listen to the fans.
Air ball is what they're hollering. I really do wonder if that's an intentional
I'm telling you, that's a bandana. Yeah, Jesse's saying, look at here, I'm the outlaw, man.
Taken by Mark Higgs, a former Cowboy. Got a little room. Double teamed and down to the 28. Well, let's take a look at Luis Zendejas after the kickoff.
Yeah, this is beautiful. He kicks this thing real high. Nice kick. Got those old big thighs, like, well, not unlike a lot of kickers. Now, I'm going to go off to the field. I'm going to look around to the left to make sure there's no blind shots. Uh-oh, this guy's running with the ball. Well, can't get him somebody. I don't want to make, and then all of a sudden, Steve Kafusi comes up and he just says, see you later, Jack. I'm out of here.
Zendejas with the 47-yarder over on the sideline. First down and 10. 14-3. Here's Tony going left. Boy, nice job of jamming it up defensively by Jim Jeffcoat. He really penetrated on the play.
Well, the key on this play is Jeffcoat. If Jeffcoat stretches this play wide, then the play has to turn back up inside, and there's the linebackers and tackles waiting on him. So Jeffcoat played off the tackle, got outside, and then stopped the play.
2 minutes to go in the first half. 14-3. Philadelphia. Buddy Carter's team has a lead of 11. Buddy.
Some people see shaving as something you do for 3 minutes a day. At Braun, we see it as something you do for a lifetime. And we think you should make the best of it. The Braun Shaver, with its 3 shaving positions. Designed for those who choose to make a virtue out of necessity. Braun, the world's #1 selling foil shaver.
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a great American champagne to launch the Great American Clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
Hit it, boys!
Isn't there someone you know who could use a skill twist this Christmas? The skill twist. The practical gift for practically anybody.
Individuals performing together. Listening, arranging, building. At Northwest, our performance is helping you do business. Getting you wherever you need to go on time. Creating new ways to make things work for you. Because our job is helping you do yours.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Philadelphia leading Dallas 14-3. And, of course, it is not Buddy Carter's team. That's what happens when you're looking at Buddy Ryan and thinking about Chris Carter. So you come out with Buddy Carter, or Chris Ryan for that matter. But Chris Carter has 2 touchdowns and Buddy Ryan's team leads.
We understand.
Help me out of this,
I'm trying. You won't let me either.
Ollie. Second down and 13. Randall Cunningham settles for the safety valve. That's Anthony Tony, and he's knocked down at the 30-yard line. Isaac Holt makes the stop. And the Eagles go with a hurry-up. Cowboys 14-3. They trail. 3-man rush. Pass left side. Incomplete. Intended for Keith Byers.
Had him.
Third down.
Yeah, had him out in the flat. Cunningham knows it. A good opportunity to get the hands into a back that can catch the football, who obviously can run with it and is excellent with running the football. If Byers catches this, he turns his shoulders up the field. The wide receiver to that side had come inside and taken the coverage with him, and Byers had the whole sideline.
Look at this. Randall's going back in to punt for Runninger. And, of course, last week, 91 yards from his own 2-yard line in New York.
Into the wind this time, though, Vern. This punt is into the wind.
One step, line drive.
A floater.
And it does not take that much of a Philadelphia bounce, so that'll hurt the average. That's a 43-yard punt for Randall Cunningham. Interesting. He walked over and told Buddy Ryan, I want to punt. Runninger said, okay, come on out here. And the Cowboys take over following the 43-yard punt. Let's bring you up to date on what's happened scoring-wise so far. Chris Carter, a 4-yard pass in the left corner from Randall Cunningham early in the second quarter, and then off a fake field goal, Matt Cavanaugh, 13-yard pass to Carter to make it 14-0. After Everson Walls blocked the field goal, and it was returned 46 yards, Zendejas put the Cowboys on the board. 3 wide receiver set now for Troy Aikman. Good protection this time, and the pass incomplete. Folsom was hampered a little bit, but should have had it. Seth Joyner got in the way of Steve Folsom.
Plenty of time, Aikman, plenty of time. Good job by his line to give him a chance. Folsom coming inside on Seth Joyner, then moving to the outside, and Seth Joyner reaches out the very last moment and got the hand on it, knocked away. A route very much like we saw earlier when we saw Byers move inside and then move back to the outside. Same route, just this time by a tight end.
Second down and 10, 1:21 to go before halftime. Aikman is 6 of 13. Sacked once officially. Another was wiped out by penalty. Blitz. Andre Waters coming. Aikman scrambles right. Chased by Waters. Delivers it incomplete. As the strong safety, Andre Waters, got through.
Straight up the middle, Waters, number 20, will come up and just takes a peek. Notice how he just comes trying to time. But once again, notice 34, Terry Hogue. He is in the center, and Aikman's looking right at him. Another key that this is the safety blitz. Hogue comes up to take the back, and then you see Andre Waters, 20, disappear after the snap of the ball.
Cowboys have 1 timeout left if they can get a first down here. The Eagles have all 3 left if they hold Dallas and force a punt and get the ball back. No shotgun. And the pressure coming. Aikman sacked. Golick got him. That's only his 2nd of the year.
Yeah, but when you play with Reggie White and Jerome Brown and Clyde Simmons and you come off the bench, man, you're going to have opportunities for sacks. Jerome Brown, 99, that's the one you have to be concerned about. The center, Stepnoski, and then the double team by the tight end. The 2 people on one free up Golick, who had only 1 man to beat. He gets to Aikman.
The Cowboys had given up coming into this game only 22 sacks this year, but 5 of those 22 came in the first meeting between these 2 teams on Thanksgiving Day.
And you know, I'm amazed that in the pass routes that the Cowboys are using, as you look at the sacks and the hurries today, but the offense that the Cowboys are running is a deep running offense. In other words, the routes are 10, 15 yards. Most teams against the Eagles have used a quick rhythmic offense. 1, 2, 3, and then get rid of the football.
This timeout was called by Philadelphia, so when they get the ball back, they will have 2 more. Jimmy Johnson has put the coat on now as the sun has disappeared behind the clouds. 31 degrees with calm winds when we kicked it off about an hour and a half ago. Here's Saxon. Goes right off the helmet of Anthony Edwards. That's a free football, and it's still free. I think Philadelphia came up with it. Robert Drummond recovered it. Well, they benched Henry Williams as a punt returner because he had a proclivity for running away from the ball and not making the catch. This time Edwards stumbled and hit him on the helmet. And Drummond saved a big turnover.
Drummond making himself known today. A blocked punt earlier. Now an opportunity to come in and make the save. But this ball, man, this is dangerous. Instead of trying to pick the ball up, what you want to do is fall on it. You don't want to try to advance it. Just fall on it. And the Cowboys, in their anxious moments to get it in the end zone, give it back to the Eagles.
First down and 10, Philadelphia. They have 2 timeouts left. Cunningham in the shotgun. 14-3. Eagles lead. Left side, caught by Myers, screen pass. Ankle tackle and knocked down.
Beautiful job. I mean, you got 2 blockers leading on that screen, and then Manny Hendricks, number 45, goes in between them and makes the stop.
Coming up at halftime, Brennan Erb with all the scores, highlights, and the latest information. And Dick Butkus with the story of the Broncos running back from Alabama, Bobby Humphrey, whose legs have taken the pressure off John Elway's arm. That's all coming up at halftime. And among the things that Brent Erb will be talking about, how about this, Terry? Steve Largent of Seattle has now set a new National Football League record for touchdown catches and even 100 in the Seattle game with Cincinnati.
That's a bunch, but I got him by 100.
Yeah. You threw 212.
Yeah.
I know.
Isn't that amazing if you think about it? All the great receivers that played in the National Football League. And I remember when Largent came in to Seattle as the expansion team, and they did all that crazy stuff, and they had the little left-handed quarterback, and Largent was catching all these passes. No one thought he could play. He was actually cut by the Cowboys.
Right.
And then picked up by Seattle.
Houston, he was cut by.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Steve.
Second down. Here's Cunningham back. Yes, Ron Johnson.
Johnson is the one speed burner on the outside. Robert Williams. Notice that Williams never does turn his shoulders. He anticipated the fact that Ron Johnson, 85, was going to come back, and he said, I don't believe you're going deep. But he still gave Johnson enough cushion for Johnson to make his stop. And then with that kind of arm Cunningham has, it's a mismatch, and he drills it in there.
First down and 10. Now they're going to replay it, I think. And see if Johnson... Is that what this is about? Let's see.
I would imagine it is. You see Cunningham pointing at the clock.
.33 seconds to go. 39 seconds, beg your pardon. It's a 14-3 ball game right now.
Please reset the stadium clock.
That's what it was.
To 42 seconds. Please reset. Thank you.
I have a hard time with that voice. I want someone to reset that clock.
Well, you got Jerry Seaman on the one hand, who's our referee, and then you got Ben Dreith at the opposite end of the spectrum. Jerry is really a lovely man, and he takes a lot of kidding about the voice from his own officiating crew. First down and 10. Cunningham, deep right side for Jackson. First down. Keith Jackson, who's tied for the team lead with 53 catches. That one of 21 yards.
What's so great about this is the fact that if Jackson does catch this, his momentum takes him out of bounds, so it stops the clock anyway. There's the throw. Nice route to the outside. Jackson grabs it, and then his momentum just carries him out of bounds and stops the clock.
Keith Jackson, who was a teammate of Troy Aikman's at Oklahoma for 2 years. Out of the shotgun, Cunningham controls a high snap, pulls up, and he'll run. Tackled from behind, but he does get to the 30. And the clock shows 24 seconds to go. Eagles now call timeout.
Where were the spies?
No spy that
No
time.
spies. This is the one time where the success that Cunningham had throwing deep to the outside may have taken away the spy. They're feeling that he can't run it down there and beat us. He'll have to throw it. So therefore, there was no spy, and now Cunningham runs it. Man, you never know, do you?
It's been kind of curious with the clock problems here to Terry. The 45-second clock wasn't operating, but take a look at this. That is the clock behind the Eagle bench. It says the time is 2:32. Now, how about behind the Cowboy bench? Whoops.
There you go.
You travel from this side to that side, and you lose a couple of minutes.
Well, it's a time zone thing, maybe.
Yeah. So the left side, they're on Eastern time over there.
Exactly.
This is Western Eastern time over here. So we got 2:31 in Eastern Philadelphia, and it's 2:33 in Western Philadelphia.
Now, this is a chance now where Cunningham is having success throwing to the outside. One area that will not be there will be the post, so it'll be interesting. Will he throw to the outside again?
Knocked down, flag there. Everson Walls. That's the third pass interference call on the Cowboys in the first half.
Pass interference, number 24 defense. First down.
Everson, who has not made an interception this year, has led the league in interceptions 3 times in his career, but zip in 89.
Jackson takes his man deep, and then Walls goes over the top of Byers. Cunningham throws the ball so hard. I got to believe that he is the one responsible for causing Everson Walls to come in early, because he says, I got to get there quick, because Cunningham drills it so hard. That time he beat Cunningham to Byers.
Cunningham, 10 of 17 for 95 yards. The Eagles are out of timeouts. Here's a three-man rush. Cunningham, deep left side, overthrows Rand Jansen. And that'll bring up second down.
Now you have no choice, Vern. No timeouts remaining. 15 seconds left on the clock. Second down. Now you got to try to get the football. You can't if you complete the ball inside the 10-yard line and it's a crossing route and they get tackled. Hard time for a quarterback to get up and then get his team and then take the snap and kill it. So I think Cunningham is going to have to try to get the ball into the end zone.
Out of the shotgun on second down. Three-man rush by the Cowboys again. Cunningham will run. He pulls up. Tries to get out of bounds and does. And that stops the clock with 6 seconds. Ron Francis with the tackle. Jimmy Johnson with the stare. And a pretty good effort by Cunningham to make sure he killed the clock.
Well, he noticed now that notice to the outside. He sees there's coverage to him on the outside, and he says, well, I've got to get out of bounds. He made an attempt to leap over Emerson Walls and then pull himself back down and then was able to get out of bounds. Had he leaped, he would have not gotten out of bounds. Walls would have kept him in bounds.
Ruzek's last attempt was blocked by Everson Walls. This is a 29-yard effort. That one's good. So the lead is back to 14 as the former Cowboy Roger Ruzek, who was cut by that man, Jimmy Johnson, gets his first field goal of the day and makes it 17-3 with 2 seconds to go. Randall Cunningham, 10 of 18 for 95 yards, but an impressive run with the effort to make sure the clock was killed.
Yes.
Randall, who said, I'm still not sure whether he was teasing or serious. He was upset with George Young and Bill Parcells of the Giants before last week's game. He had extra incentive to play well against New York because he had been watching a show produced by NFL Films, and neither George nor Bill Parcells called Randall a legendary quarterback. He's his 5th year in the league.
Well, you don't become a legend in 5 years, maybe 6, but not 5. If you want to be a legend, you're going to have to put some rings in the city, and those rings come from winning Super Bowls. And I don't think Randall got upset. I don't think anybody's that immature that he would be upset because someone didn't call him a legend. I can't even fathom that in my thinking, and you know how that is sometimes. But he's an excellent quarterback, phenomenal talent that has all the makings of one of the truly great ones. But only time will mark whether or not Randall Cunningham is indeed a legend. Right now, no, he's not a legend. I'm sorry. Maybe he's going to be mad at me now, but he's not a legend.
2 seconds to go. To the 5. Out to the 33-yard line. Chris Carter has caught two touchdowns today. One from Cunningham, one from Kavanaugh. Jimmy Johnson. And the Cowboys trail by 14 as we're halfway through Bounty Bowl 2.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics toyland. Allstate, for home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. And by Toyota's quality line of cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? AT&T, the right choice. And by Tox, the premium champagne.
Halftime at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Eagles with 2 touchdown passes, one from Cunningham, one from Kavanaugh, have a 17-3 lead over the Dallas Cowboys here in Week 14. One of the techniques that teams use to try and defense Randall Cunningham because of his scrambling ability is called a spy technique. Now, the Cowboys are using that same thing. We've got a pretty good example of how they go about it.
Yeah, they're taking a linebacker in some cases, especially in the nickel, or when they bring in 5 defensive backs and take out a linebacker, they'll use either a back or a linebacker, and what he'll do is get in front of Cunningham, and when he goes to the left, he goes to the left, and to the right, and vice versa, and they follow him all the way. I'm going to show you. Notice that in this sequence here, you're going to notice 54, Jesse Solomon, and notice that Bates, the free safety, will both take a bead on Cunningham. Watch how they react to Cunningham. Cunningham in the shotgun. Now you notice Solomon, 54 to your right. He's easing up. Bates to his left. He's easing up. Actually, Bates, when he sees his man block, his back block, then he comes back inside, and he doubles with Solomon Cunningham. Notice that. No way Cunningham can run with the football up the middle with a guy spying him. That's why it's designed. That's why it's called a spy.
Called a spy technique. We even saw a couple of weeks ago here the Minnesota Vikings use Al Noga, a defensive end who lined up at a nose tackle spot. He became the spy. So different people for the same purpose. Cunningham at halftime, 10 of 18 for 95 yards. Troy Aikman, 6 of 14 for 58 so far. Cunningham has thrown the 1 touchdown, his 18th of the year. Aikman, neither quarterback has thrown an interception so far. As a matter of fact, no turnovers in the ball game, no fumbles lost. We've had, of course, the blocked kicks. Randall Cunningham, who has posted modest numbers this season, and in part that's because of the emphasis on the running game that Buddy Ryan and Ted Plum have designated as important for Philadelphia. Cowboys will kick off to open the second half. Luis Zendejas, who has a 47-yard field goal, the only Cowboy point so far. Mark Hicks is the middleman of 3 deep. And there's Jesse Small again. Lost a bandana. At the 11, Mark Hicks with a hurdle off the tackle and out to the 32-yard line. Nice effort by the 5'7", 200-pound running back. In the first quarter, these two teams played on more or less an even keel. Total yardage just a 21-yard advantage to the Philadelphia Eagles. No points. But in the second quarter, 1 yard for the Dallas Cowboys. 1. And they got that field goal after blocking a field goal attempt by Roger Ruzek. A return of 46 yards. Bernard Ford dragged down by Jesse Small. First and 10 Eagles. They led 10-0 at the half. In Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. Gene Lockhart makes yet one more tackle on Anthony Toney. Lockhart said yesterday that one thing that it's been a very, very long year for this team, obviously, when you're 1-12. And he said the one thing they wanted to do today was be competitive because we don't want to be embarrassed. And he said, believe me, Buddy Ryan will embarrass you if he gets a chance. Second down and 9. Cunningham lets it go. Toney with the catch. Not in the grass. Whoa. Oh. And now, Terry, the floor is yours. Don't you love the rule?
Thanks. Yeah, why are you giving me the floor?
Because I know how you love this rule.
I hate this rule, but it's one of those judgments. Cunningham, the quarterback's making a lot of money, and the owners don't want their quarterbacks hurt, but he is in the grasp, and he was going to be tackled. That's not a case where he grab him by the shoulder pad and the guy pulls and spins and gets away. Then they call him in the grasp, but that was a good call and a good sack by Noonan.
That was. Danny Noonan gets the sack, and out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 15. Again, no blitz. Solomon is the spy. And he's looking at Cunningham. Steps up. The pass caught by Jackson. And Albritton runs him out of bounds. Right in the face of the spy, Cunningham pulled up.
Well, we saw that in the first quarter in the face of Solomon. When again, Cunningham pulled up and then threw the ball, and Jackson then made a great catch. And boy, this is a heck of a catch. I mean, just a heck of a catch. run Francis the corner, turns him loose to Albritton, and Jackson over the middle. Notice he notices that Bates pulls underneath and covers him underneath, so he just goes to the open area. He has the option to run wherever there is an opening. Cunningham pulls up. Excellent job by Cunningham, but a beautiful catch, one-handed catch by Jackson.
Jackson 3 for 57 today. Been injured much of the year. There's a play fake and Cunningham on the roll. Gets a great block from Alexander, his center, and then slides down at the 38-yard line, short of the first down. What a terrific block as Alexander peeled back and got Dean Hamill out of the way.
Wouldn't you just hate to be a defensive coordinator and have to defense this? I mean, look, you got a guard pulling one way, you got a guard and a tackle pulling the opposite. Actually, they pulled the wrong way. That was a mess up in the line blocking. Cunningham on a play action. The first guy was covered, no one there. Linebackers go deep. You run with the football, drive you crazy.
Cunningham now, again, the season leader in rushing yardage. He's got 44 today. Three-step drop. Lets it go for Tony. And the Cowboys converge on him, but Tony whispers his way out of bounds, short of the first down at the 39-yard line. Anthony Tony, who a year ago here in a come-from-behind victory over the Cowboys caught the winning touchdown with 10 seconds to go from Randall Cunningham. In that game, Dallas jumped out to a 20-0 lead, only to lose to the Eagles 24-23 as Cunningham drove them 90 yards in the last 2.5 minutes. As we said, Philadelphia has won the last 4 games and the last 5 non-strike games. The only victory in the last 6 games was 41-22 in 1987, the strike season. 3 tight ends in on 3rd and 1. Timeout, Eagles. So there's one of their 3. 12:54 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Eagles are driving again. They've got a 3rd and 1 with a 14-point lead.
I couldn't imagine owning anything but a pickup. And from what I know about hauling stuff, I couldn't imagine owning anything but a big Ford. You see, this Ford's got a longer, deeper box that can handle a bigger payload than any Chevy its size.
The big Ford pickup. Number 1 for all the right reasons.
Maybe that's why more folks drive Fords than any other truck.
The best-built American trucks are built Ford tough.
Did you know that now almost any size business can save with AT&T? If your business is spending as little as $50 a month in long distance, you can save 10 to 28% or more with the new AT&T Pro Watts. It works over your regular telephone lines, and you automatically get bigger and bigger discounts. The more you spend, the bigger the discounts. Whether you're spending $50 a month up to $5,000 a month, we have the one plan for you. Call us. We'll even waive the sign-up fee. Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
When you have these, why would you need a Black & Decker Power Ratchet? Because it's faster, easier, and works in lots of places manual wrenches can't. The Black & Decker Power Ratchet. It's really turning a lot of heads.
Tots, the premium champagne.
A sellout crowd at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Not that they are basking in the sunshine. It's 31 degrees, but it has cleared up once again, and they've enjoyed themselves. 17-3. A ball game much hyped. Snow fell a couple of days ago. It has cleared out today. No wind, though, so it's relatively comfortable. And the Eagles up 17-3. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. 3rd and 1.
Same formation. You wonder what happened. It could be a misunderstanding. This could be a play action, Vern.
Motion, and that'll be a false start. Dead ball foul, so if it is a false start against Philadelphia, that is, it may be the Cowboys encroaching.
Yeah, normally when you see a quarterback call timeout in the same set, he came out, Cunningham did, and lined up in the same formation, had David Little go in motion the same way, it makes you think that possibly they don't go back and say you got a route on this and you got something fancy going on. So that made me think that there might be a play action.
Start prior to the snap, number 88 offense.
Keith Jackson. So from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6.
See if Jackson, 88 in the lower left of your screen, There, the hand came up. Once the hand goes down into a three-point stance, you cannot pick it up prior to the ball moving. That's what happened to Jackson that time.
Keith, who, as we said, was a teammate of Troy Aikman's at Oklahoma, he and Aikman worked as painters one summer. And every morning at 5:15, they'd get up and drive in the same pickup truck to go spend the day painting. They had to report to work at 6:18 in the morning. Keith slept a lot of the time. Troy drove. Here's the pass. Caught. First down. Keith Byers. Nice play. Bill Bates made the tackle.
It's fun to have an offense when your number one receiver, as a quarterback, when you drop back and you're taught to look at the very first receiver, in this case Byers, when he's wide open. Man, this is fun. Cunningham, notice Jackson, he goes deep to the outside. Carter runs his man off, and now all you see is just Byers down, and then he breaks up inside of Bates, and he's wide open. Boy, that's fun offense to run.
Byers came in with 53 catches, trailing Tom Rathman, and he's caught 4 today. So he's up to 57. That's Jackson in motion. Blitz is on. Danny Noonan makes the tackle for no gain, maybe a yard.
Hey, Danny Noonan's playing in a whale of a game, and one of the reasons the Cowboys moved Newman from tackle out to end was because he's lost 20 pounds. And when you come in at 280, you play tackle. But when you weigh 260, you play defensive end. And they think now, being lighter, that they can utilize his quickness and the strength, which he automatically has, better will suit the Cowboys as an end.
Second down, 11. Danny Noonan on injured reserve. First half of the season. Reggie White looks on as the Eagles operate out of the shotgun.
Blitz.
Byers. 3-yard gain. Bates and Byers are not ordinarily the most vociferous of players. This time they become such.
Nice word. Good word.
You like that?
Yes. Little teaching. Linebacker disappears. Byers noticed the linebacker that was covering him doesn't cover him but runs by him to blitz. He saw the blitz. Now the read for Byers is when the man covering me runs by me, I break out for a blitz control because Bates, 40, he has to cover me.
Third down. Shotgun formation. 4-man rush. Solomon spying again. Cunningham motions deep left side for Byers. What a hop! Incomplete. Manny Hendricks delivered the blow.
Great reaction. Excellent time. Great pass blocking. And then Cunningham moving Byers, directing Byers, who got free. But because it took so long for the ball to get out there, that allowed Manny Hendricks, 45, enough time to react to the ball. Man, watch this. There's the movement by Cunningham.
Hendricks makes it an incomplete pass, and that sets up a 46-yard Ruzek field goal attempt. He's perfect as an Eagle. Hasn't missed since he replaced Luis Zendejas as the field goal kicker in Philadelphia.
The Black & Decker Workmate. About all it can help you do is clean up. But at least it gets out of your way. The Black & Decker Workmate.
The designers of the Ford Festiva gave it more interior room than this Toyota Tercel. If you find this fact somewhat less than riveting, perhaps you would be more interested to learn that the Ford Festiva also has more interior room than this BMW 635 CSI. Ford Festiva, at just $63.19, you'll really be surprised when you drive it.
See your dealer now for low financing or special savings on 1990 Ford Festiva.
In July 1988, some said it was luck. In February 1989, some said it was a fluke. In April 1989, some said it was coincidence. In November 1989, some said, get me their phone number. Prudential Bates Securities, rock solid, market wise.
Being a part of the U.S. Armed Forces is an experience you can be proud of.
That's Ted Plum on the right-hand side, the offensive coordinator, and Randall Cunningham, of course. Ted, who is, at least for the moment, assumed some of the responsibilities held by Doug Scoville, the quarterback coach who passed away yesterday. Randall Cunningham now 14 of 23 for 138 yards. He has thrown 1 touchdown. And the Eagles are up now 20-3 as they go after their 10th victory of 1989. Roger Ruzek will kick off. Dixon and Ankrum deep for the Cowboys. That's a free ball into the end zone. Touchback.
Smart play.
Very smart. Jesse Small is right there, and Scott Ankrum, the 12th round draft choice, downs it in the end zone. We have been joined in the booth by the new commissioner of the National Football League, Paul Tagliabue, who took over from Pete Rozelle this year and is a guest here in Philadelphia. Paul, it's good to have you in the booth. Was your trip scheduled, or is this a part of the Bounty Bowl?
No, the trip was scheduled the week before Thanksgiving. It's just a coincidence that I'm here today.
Why don't you just give us a bit of an idea of what kind of an investigation you had to go through in this thing?
Well, the staff interviewed Zendejas and other Cowboys players and coaches. Then they interviewed Eagles coaches, and then we did not interview the Eagles players until after they had played the Giants game. We didn't want to be disruptive in doing this investigation. So that was wrapped up this past week, and then we made our decision.
The tape. Zendejas claims he has a tape that could be used to possibly bring a suit against Roberts, the special teams coach. What's going to happen with that? Can you even pursue that?
Well, I don't know. He wouldn't give us the tape that he says he has.
You asked for it?
Well, he told us only at the very end of the investigation that he had such a tape. Until then, there was no such tape. Then when we asked for it, he said he wouldn't give it to us. So I don't know what's on it if it exists.
Yeah.
Back to play for the moment. Here's the handoff. The Cowboys out to the 30-yard line. Paul, you have had a chance now to go on a series of these trips around the league. Have you met with everybody thus far?
Well, I've met with all the owners and coaches in many of the cities. Not all of the coaches, but a lot of them. And I've met with 4 player groups. You know, I met with the Steelers and the Eagles, and then the Buccaneers and the Giants. And I'm trying to meet with some more of the players before the end of the season, which I think is very important. So I've been around to many cities, but not all.
What is next on the agenda? Where will you travel next?
Well, I don't know. I may be in Minnesota. I may be in Cleveland. As we get into the key games at the end of the divisional races, I'm going to sort of play it week to week.
It's kind of nice that this has been a calm football game. I know you're pleased with that.
Well, let's hope it gets to be a closer football game. That's what we're always looking for.
Boy, so are we. I can promise you that. Thank you, Paul, for being our guest.
A couple of more touchdowns would help both sides.
You bet. Thank you. Paul Tagliabue, the new commissioner of the National Football League. Thank you, Paul, very much. Back to play now. First down and 10 for the Cowboys.
Photographs much shorter, doesn't he? I didn't realize that he was so tall.
He's a little taller than you are.
You know, I was kind of wanting to get on my toes a little.
Basketball player at Georgetown.
Yeah.
War number 33.
Good for you, Vern.
First down and 10. Handoff right side, Darrell Johnson. Reggie White. What a man of quiet dignity Reggie White is. He's moving back to Knoxville, he said, Terry.
Going back to Tennessee and get back to his where he went to the University of Tennessee. And of course, I know Johnny Majors there, and he was telling us some stories that I couldn't use, but one of them was about how he used to pretend to be a dog when Johnny had his foot stuck out of a car, and he ran by and grabbed him and barked like a dog, and Majors about tore the place apart, but going to go back home.
Second down and 10, play fake. Aikman darts to his right. Got some room to run. And does so out of bounds. Chased there by Seth Joyner. And a flag.
Wrong sideline to be trying to pick a fight. Too many blue helmets, too many blue jerseys over there, and Aikman's intent now is to stare down Seth. Now he's out of bounds. And then the right hand to the back of the head. He can't do it.
I mean, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 59 defense. First down.
All right, that's just on the shoulder, but the point was that Aikman had taken a step out of bounds, and once he goes out of bounds, you know how they protect these quarterbacks. You're better off just pulling up. Just keep your hands off of him. You're not going to get anything but a personal foul, and that's exactly what happened.
Troy Aikman runs that time, and then the 15-yarder for a first down. 5 penalties on Philadelphia. Aikman now 7 of 15 for 64 yards. 4 touchdown throws last week in a loss to the Rams. Wide receivers left and right on first down and 10 from the 43. And off to Broderick Sargent.
Good defense by the Eagles. Vern, one of the things that Aikman pointed out to us was that this Eagle defense was a hard team to get a picture of. You can't get a grasp of exactly what they're trying to do defensively. He said against the Miami Dolphins, it was very easy. You could see it. Last week against the Rams, it was very easy. You could see it. But against the Eagles, you don't have any idea, because what they show you on film, they will change that the following week, and you have to adjust on the football field.
31-year-old Jeff Fisher, the defensive coordinator of Philadelphia. Second down and 9. 20-3, Philadelphia. Split backs behind Aikman. Clyde Simmons puts a hand on him, but Aikman delivers the ball across the middle, and Paul Palmer has a first down at the 30-yard line. Izell Jenkins with the tackle. And it's a first down, Dallas, as they try and climb back into the ball game.
You know, something we haven't seen the dash package that a lot of teams use against the Eagles. The dash package, all that is the quarterback will take the ball and then pull out and then sprint deep to the outside. And while he's sprinting, he reads the receivers in the coverage and either throws on the run or pulls up and then throws. But so far today, we haven't seen the Cowboys do that.
First and 10, Dallas at the 29. Timeout, Dallas. Aikman trots over to the Cowboys sideline. Babe Laufenberg a part of the picture. It's 20-3.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized, Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth, real draft beer taste, the world is a very cool place. So tap into the cold. Cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
It's 11:35, and Roseanne Horn is learning all about her antifreeze. The hard way. Don't push your luck. Guarantee it with Advanced Formula Prestone.
Come on, answer.
Now, the way you vacuum your rug can be the way you vacuum your bug. But only with the powerful new Car Vac Power Brush from Black & Decker. It's the first vacuum that's at home in your car.
Do I look like some little old lady who only drives to church on Sunday? I know what matters in a truck. I know this Ranger XLT has more room up here. And more features than I'd get on the same kind of Toyota or Chevy. And it's priced lower, too.
Ford Ranger, #1, for all the right reasons.
I mean, I didn't buy the best-selling compact truck in America by mistake.
The best-built American trucks are built Ford tough.
The Blue Demons of DePaul, the Tar Heels of North Carolina, the season premiere of college basketball on CBS Sports next Saturday.
7:14 to go, third quarter. Vern Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw here. The Eagles leading the Cowboys 20-3. Dallas with a first down and 10 just inside the 30. In Bounty Bowl 2, it has attracted the sign painters and some who aren't quite as professional as that one. First and 10. Longest drive of the day for the Cowboys. They had only 1 yard of offense in the second quarter. Cornell Burbage starts in motion, followed by Eric Everett, number 42. Motion. Whoops.
Hang on.
I can't believe that wasn't whistled dead before.
No.
That's got to be a dead ball
Yeah,
foul.
they'll call this back. Seth Joyner was so off He was so offsides, it's ridiculous.
That's got to be a false start or offside, either one, but it's got to be a dead ball foul.
Offside defense.
Thank you, Jerry.
See, once again, we said earlier, Aikman in this game wanted to go to longer cadence, and here's the reasons why. There it is, longer cadence. Teams that are extremely aggressive with their defense normally are people with personalities that are quick to strike. And so therefore, you go longer cadence, people that are quick to strike lack patience, and they can't stand it, and away they go. They just can't wait. And Seth Joyner, man who loves to play this game, is just pawing at the ground like a bull waiting to get at Aikman. He got there a little bit too soon.
That looked like beach volleyball for a moment. First down and 5. Aikman, who grew up throwing the football in Henrietta, Oklahoma, will throw it on first down, puts it on a rope. And that's going to be good for another first down for the Cowboys. The catch made by Cornell Burbage. Troy Aikman said he's got a distinctive style. Every quarterback, I guess, it might surprise some folks, throws the ball a little bit differently, Jerry. Show us how Troy throws it.
Well, Troy, you use the seam as a way to grip the football. But Troy doesn't use his fingers on the football. He takes his palm and wraps it around the ball, and the only thing that touches it is this knuckle. Look at this. Just this right here, and look at all the white down there, and he squeezes it hard, tries to keep a little pocket. Most quarterbacks have a pocket under there, but with Aikman, it's palm. He palms the football and rolls it off his hand.
He palms it this time in a double coverage deep left corner, and that is an incomplete pass. And Andre Waters and Burbage go after each other. Waters, who has earned a reputation around the league for his aggressive play.
Yeah, aggressive play is good.
That's
I like
a good
it.
euphemism, isn't it?
You betcha. We'll find out here exactly what. Okay, there's the shot. While we saw
it looked like Burbage, there might have been a kick.
Burbage going out of bounds. There's the push in the back, but this ball can be caught, and there's the kick. Nothing wrong with that. That's just good defense.
Second down and 10. Back split, play action. Aikman, Johnson, got a clear path. Touchdown, Dallas.
Great call.
Nice play fake. And Darrell Johnson.
Man, oh man, what a great call. I'm going to tell you why. The pressure was on the linebacker. All Aikman had to do was read the linebacker. Notice everyone pulling. Now Aikman in the flat. Now, all of a sudden, the linebacker comes up, or the defensive end who's in control. If he goes for Aikman, Aikman drops the ball off. If he runs with the back, then Aikman runs himself.
That's the third touchdown catch, second in as many weeks for Darrell Johnston. And Zendejas on for the extra point to cut the margin in half. 20-10, a most impressive drive for the Dallas Cowboys as Troy Aikman throws his 9th touchdown toss of the season. It's 20-10, Philadelphia.
In so long. Well, we can never agree on a restaurant, right? Hey, I ordered already. I found us a great wine. Oh, a decision maker. Oh, this is wonderful wine. I had this at David's. I served this at my place. It was a big hit. You guys, I was hoping you hadn't tried it yet. Oh, come on. Look, we finally found something we all agree on, you know? I mean, when was the last time that happened?
Ernest and Julio Gallo invite you to try White Grenache. It will change the way you think about Gallo.
Imagine a world beneath the sea with an enchanted McDonald's of pure fantasy, where the Little Mermaid's friend Sebastian and Flounder the fish come to life to grant your holiday wish.
Buy a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates and get a free plush ornament, either Flounder or Sebastian. I always knew I'd be famous. From the all-new Disney animated feature, The Little Mermaid, now in theaters everywhere.
So come to McDonald's, hurry along, like a true fantasy. It's here then, score. Your holiday place, McDonald's.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Hit me!
You know the difference between the AC Delco parts that go into race cars and the ones that go into your car? There isn't any. If you want to win, run with a winner.
Well, smile on the face of Troy Aikman, who's just thrown his 9th touchdown pass. Of course, he started his career at Oklahoma, broke his leg, sat out, then transferred to UCLA, where he wound up. Was telling us yesterday the only coach who's ever tried to change his throwing style was Barry Switzer.
Can you imagine that?
And this happened when Troy was in Henrietta High School, and he attended a Barry Switzer coaching clinic in the summer, and he said Switzer tried to show him how to throw the football.
Yeah, you saw my explanation on how Switzer had him throwing the football too, flipping it underhand.
Mark Higgs. Whoa! Boy, what a collision at the 24. Yeah, Terry, just one more note about we were talking about Aikman's throwing style. You might show the difference in how he throws the ball and how you used to.
Well, I guess really Troy and I are two quarterbacks that have really unique styles of their own. While he palms the football and throws it like so, I put my fingers. This is Aikman again, like this, and then I threw it like this. So it was.
What's the weirdest one?
Really, we're both a little messed up, I guess, but whatever works. And he has used that motion all his life. And when he went to Oklahoma and Switzer tried to change him, they were going to go to the I back, and that's the reason he went there, was to throw the football. And Switzer recruited Jackson, Keith Jackson, the same way by telling him we'll go to the I, we'll throw the football. And then he got there and they ran an arrow curl, a back in the flat and a receiver on the curl. And then Switzer looked at Aikman and asked him, did he understand it? And he said, yes. He says, well, good, because I don't. He said he knew he was in trouble.
Hand off up the middle to the 30. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for Philadelphia. 20-10 here. Let's find out what's going on elsewhere. Once again, here's Brent.
The magic number for the Minnesota Vikings is about to become 1 to wrap up its first division title since '80. Chris Dolman again forces a fumble, which leads to a defensive touchdown. This time, Tim Newton. It was Keith Millard earlier. Elsewhere, the Packers continue to lose. So the Vikings closing in. Back to Vern.
All right, Brent, and of course, Nate Newton, Tim's brother, is a member of the Cowboys offensive line. 3rd down and 4 here. 3-man rush with the spine. And Cunningham hit from behind. That'll be in the grass. And it'll bring up 4th down, and Dallas will get the ball back.
Tony Talbert.
The 3rd sack of the day as Ed Jones and Tony Talbert head to the sideline.
Yeah. Young rookie, 6'6", about 240 pounds. A lot of them like to compare him a little bit to L.C. Greenwood up in Pittsburgh, but a kid that they think that will be able to grow into his size, put on another 20 pounds, and become a real force for the Cowboys.
Max Runniger back to punt. Cornell Burbage waits for it at the 40-yard line. Fair catch called by Burbage at the 45. Cowboys take over following the 30-yard punt. Next Saturday on CBS, a full day of sports action that all starts with the NFL Today at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Then the Cowboys will be in New York to take on the Giants. Terry and I will be there for that ball game, and that'll be followed by the season premiere of college basketball on CBS, the home of the NCAA Championship. DePaul travels south to take on North Carolina next Saturday at 3:45 Eastern. So we've got the NFL Today, the Cowboys and the Giants, and hoops. 20-10, 4:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Back split behind Troy Aikman. Offside, Steve Folsom. That'll cost the Cowboys 5.
False start prior to the snap. Number 85 offense, still 1st down.
Minnesota rolls over Atlanta, as Brent told you, and Kansas City about to knock off the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but they're just now getting into their area.
That's right. Fourth
quarter. Got that guy named Magic, and they don't really start playing, or they don't wake up till the 4th quarter. So I wouldn't get too carried away with that 21-3. I'd kind of sit back and watch what happens.
1st down and 15. Byron Evans, middle linebacker. Flag is down, so is Aikman. Clyde Simmons got a shot at him. And now Dave Wydell and Simmons start pointing fingers at each other. Reggie White is going to be holding Dallas, and I would expect 78.
You can see Jerry Seaman run over and point the finger, and you could kind of understood that what he's trying to tell the Eagles is, you know, don't get involved in this. Don't let this game get out of hand. That's not necessary.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 78 offense. Still first down.
Dave Wydell, whose brother Doug Wydell plays for the Denver Broncos. And, of course, the Broncos at home for the New York Giants next on CBS. Most of you will see that. First down and 25. And Aikman faces this fearsome pass rush of the Philadelphia Eagles. Standard defensive set, four-man rush. They stunt. Aikman finds the receiver up at the 39. Another flag comes flying from downfield. Sammy Willie makes the tackle. Offensive pass interference.
Well, Cowboys are just absolutely going backwards, starting out on their own 45 now, and with a first and 25 is, you know, they're just going backwards. Now we're looking at first and...
Pass interference. Number 82 offense. Still first down.
Well, that's Cornell Burbage. He got a little shot. That's how you get open, though, sometimes, you know, Vern. You put those hands out there, but my God, look at this. We're talking, what's that, 35 yards?
Yep. Maybe they're trying to set themselves up for a Mike Saxon 91-yard punt. First and 35. That was a nice little safe screen pass look.
Anything that's safe, do it.
Yeah. That's safe. Paul Palmer. Now it'll be second and about 32.
You're better off here. The score's 20-10. Cowboys had an excellent opportunity from their own 45-yard line. I sense the Eagles offensively not playing with the emotion that it takes to really put a team like the Cowboys away. You've got to come out in the second half and really control, take the tempo early, and then put a young team away. Eagles haven't done that. Actually, the Cowboys have gotten a little life, but now through mistakes of their own, they've given the life back to the Eagles.
Second and 34.
Second and 34.
Jimmy Johnson needs to dial in the University of Miami, where they overcame a 3rd and 43 against Notre Dame. That pass is incomplete. Troy Aikman.
Yeah, one of the problems you have, too, with a young quarterback, but this line, as we started this game, had only given up 22 sacks. To really pick up big yardage against the Eagles, the areas that are open are the areas deep and over the middle. But that takes a lot of time, and sometimes you put a real burden on your young rookie quarterback when you ask him to hold the football for 4.5 seconds against the second-best sacking team in the National Football League.
So far today, he's been sacked twice. Another one was wiped out by penalty.
The area is over the middle on this defense, though.
Aikman chased by Clyde Simmons. Ball is caught, but it'll be fourth down up at the 34-yard line. James Dixon makes the grab, so Mike Saxon will come on. That's a gain of 13. It'll be 4th and 21. Saxon's 5th punt. Anthony Edwards has returned one thus far. Had one bounce off his helmet. Made a fair catch on another. And Tom Rafferty, the 35-year-old veteran. See if he's in there or is Stepnoski.
It's Stepnoski.
Stepnoski. So Tom, who did snap for punts and field goals last week, he is not even doing that today. Saxon. Edwards. Flag down. Junior Tonalatosi ran into Anthony Edwards. And so what appeared to be an outstanding punt will be reduced almost in half by the penalty. Jerry Seaman's going to call a huddle.
Yeah, you know what they do when they call these huddles, Vern? What happens, Seaman now will be the guy to control the huddle, and what he's doing is going over all the options on the rule, what could have happened, what did have, getting everyone's opinion, making sure that they got a clear explanation of the infraction. That's what they're doing now. When they call him off to the side, look at him using his finger. Then we're going to sit here. Yes, this play, here's the rule. What have you got? All right, you sure this? Da-da-da-da-da. And they go through it. Now the decision.
Fair catch interference. Number 25 kicking team. 15 yards. Spotted the foul. First down.
That wipes out a 61-yard punt.
Yeah, the kid, there's
the fair catch.
There's
signal.
Edwards. There's the fair catch. Now, Junior Tall, when he saw that, he should have gotten out of the way. But what happened was Anthony Edwards at the very last moment, notice, he moves to the right of your screen. Watch, there it is. Now he moves back to the left, and when he moves to the left, he actually gets in front of Junior Tatalatasi. So there you've got a question whether or not Edwards interfered with Tatalatasi.
Instead of making the fair catch, he decided to get away from the ball.
And he ran into Tatalatasi. So if that's the case, then I'd wipe it off.
They didn't. And the Eagles have the ball at the 36-yard line. 20-10. Reverse. Carlos Carson hit behind the line by Jim Jeffcoat.
Great job, penetration. The one thing coming into this game was that the Eagles, there's a handoff, there's a motion. You'll see pull, but then you're going to see Jeffcoat come. He's the man that chases. When you got a guy like Jeffcoat that chases, he's the man you want to go ahead and run your reverses on. There's a reverse. He comes back up the field, catches his balance, and makes a tremendous play on Carlos Caution.
Jeffcoat, right defensive end, now the veteran of that defensive line since Ed Jones has been reduced to part-time status. Ed is in there right now and chasing Cunningham. Cunningham takes a shot as he delivers the ball, and it's incomplete. It was the 38-year-old Too Tall Jones chasing Randall Cunningham on that play.
Yeah, and this is where Too Tall Jones really does help the Cowboys. Sure, he's not starting, but you know, he's got fresh legs, and he can still rush the quarterback. He has great quickness. He just can't do it for 4 quarters, maybe not even for 2 quarters, but he can come in when you need him and give a great burst off the block of Ron Heller. Now the speed. Hey, Cunningham can run, but look at this big guy right after him.
Jesse Solomon joining Too Tall Jones. It's third down at 19. Cunningham, right side, caught, and then bobbled, but regained control. First down, Chris Carter. And for once, he didn't run a fade route.
Well, one thing about Chris Carter is this. This is one of the things Cunningham said about him. When I run a route to Carter, because he's young, because he's a young kid, he'll run routes deeper just because he wants to prove a point. That time he needed to go deep, 19 yards to be exact. He does, and he gets the first down.
That's a 21-yard gain on 3rd and 19, and the Eagles have a first down at their own 48-yard line.
Kind of demoralizing, isn't it, when you play so well and then give up a 19-yard conversion?
Carter, 41 catches for the season now, 10 of them have been for touchdowns. Here's Cunningham. Chased by Broughton, slides down at the 50. That'll be the final play of the quarter. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With our score, Philadelphia 20 and the Cowboys 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
This is CBS.
If you always wanted December to be a little hotter, it's happening. GM's divisions are heating up now. Each dealer is out to make December hotter than ever, with deals like 4.8% APR GMAC financing on our all-new midsize sedans, rebates of up to $1,250, 90-day deferred payment plans, and special leasing programs on just about every car and truck. Yes, this December is incredibly hot at every GM division. It's GM's Hot December. Come feel the heat.
Don't be fooled by lookalikes. There are two compact camcorder formats. The one on the left may look like this Panasonic VHS camcorder, small and lightweight.
But that's where the similarity ends. Panasonic camcorder tapes can play in the 60 million VHS recorders out there. That's something the other guys can't do.
So, if anyone tells you all compact camcorders are alike,
don't let them kid you.
Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
Why do more people buy Cadillacs than Lincolns? Well, consider the facts. It's Cadillac that offers you 11 models, Lincoln only 3. It's Cadillac that gives you the performance of a new 180 horsepower V8 engine. And it's Cadillac that gives you 24-hour roadside service. Lincoln doesn't. And now you know why Cadillac outsells Lincoln. Test drive a 1990 Cadillac now at your Cadillac Super Network dealer.
Get the inside word from the locker room. Eagles wrap up today on Channel 10.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Miller High Life. Buy that man a Miller, the best comes shining through. AC Delco, automotive parts that don't just fit, they match. And by today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
We began quarter number 4 at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia Eagles going after their 10th victory of the year with 2 games remaining. They lead the Cowboys 20-10, Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Eagles on the road at New Orleans a week from tomorrow night, and then back home here against the Phoenix Cardinals to wind out the regular season on Christmas Eve afternoon. Second down and 7 from the 50. Cunningham with a little pressure goes deep down the middle, and Johnson's there. No play. The coverage from Ron Francis, who's played most of this half in place of Robert Williams. Francis, a one-time second-round draft choice, who is the nickel back now.
Johnson actually had a couple of steps on Francis. The ball, Cunningham is throwing with the wind, and I know as a strong-arm quarterback myself, I would rather throw deep going into the wind because I could control the tight spiral, and I would be more accurate. When you throw with the wind, the ball has a tendency to float.
Here comes the rush, blitz from the outside, and they got to him. Jeffcoat, I believe, was the first man at Randall Cunningham. Yes. And now has a minor disagreement with Keith Byers. Will be the 4th sack of Randall Cunningham today.
Jeffcoat, 77, simply comes up the field, but the problem happened was Darwin went outside to pick up the safety blitz by Manny Hendricks, 45, not realizing the back was behind him. The back was responsible for the blitz. Darwin should have stayed with his man, Jeffcoat.
Roniger, punt. Burbage, flag is down. We're going to have the illegal block on Isaac Holt. And that'll be another Cowboy penalty that will wipe out pretty good field position. There's Isaac Holt, number 30. And they'll bring this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, the last time the Cowboys had the ball, they had it at their own 45. Look at Jimmy Johnson. He understands that penalties, mistakes, and he said coming into this game that the mistakes that we have made, we the Cowboys, have been little mistakes. Not big mistakes, but little mistakes. Well, these are big mistakes. Anytime you're in a game and you're this close, 20-10, only down by 10 points, every mistake is a big mistake.
So the penalty, here's Jerry Seaman.
Illegal block during the return. Number 30 receiving team. First down.
There's Isaac Holt. I think it was Sammy Lilly who was involved in the play from a Philadelphia point of view. Lower right-hand side is where the infraction occurred, right there.
There it is.
And it was Sammy Lilly.
Yeah, Sammy Little, backup cornerback, and the block by Holt in his back.
That's the 13-yard line. More snowballs come flying out of the stands. Aikman, 5-yard drop. Now he is sacked at the 3. Mike Pitts.
Pitts right of your screen, Crawford Kerr has him. They're one-on-one. Pitts gave him a move to the outside, set up Kerr, got up underneath Kerr, then came back to the inside and got the sack. Once again, the one area you have to always be strong on as a pass blocking team is in the middle. Do not allow anyone to break the pocket down in the middle. In the outside, that's okay.
Second down and 18. Back split. Snowballs coming out of the end zone. There's Johnston.
This defense of the Eagles had a team meeting about 7 weeks ago, and in that team meeting, they said that we have to take the turnovers and the aggressiveness ourselves. Our offense isn't playing that well, and we've got to get out and make it happen. And today, they've done just that. They're playing with the emotion.
In the meantime, I just saw Reggie White signaling to the crowd, the idiots up in that end zone, to please stop throwing the snowballs. Reggie was asking them to please stop, and they ignored him like they've ignored all other authority figures that are presumably up in that area. So the snowballs continue to fly. One almost hits Aikman as he rolls out to his right, and now he'll scramble and go out of bounds. It'll be fourth down as Aikman is out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Now, the point about the snowballs, Terry, is yes, they have helmets, but I think you were saying that all it would take is for one of the players to turn around and have those things hit him in the face.
I mean, why? I don't understand thinking and the mentality of a lot of people. Yeah, you paid a lot of hard-earned money to come here and enjoy this football game, but these players, all they have is a face guard. If you hit a snowball on that face guard, it shatters, and then the breakup of the snowballs, if they have water in them, go into the eyes, and you can blind these players. This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Stop the game, maybe move it somewhere else, but it's crazy. It's getting out of hand.
Mike Saxon with snow pelting down around him. Ricky Shaw hits Saxon. That'll be, whether it's running into or roughing is the key call now, because if it's running into, it will not be a first down. Running into. So Saxon will punt again. That is not an automatic first down. Ricky Shaw.
Running into just means that you tried to avoid it or you were blocked into the kicker. It's just a 5-yard penalty. Roughing the kicker is where you come straight on in, drive right through him, no matter what's happened, no matter the ball's even gone. Now that's a personal foul. That's 15 yards, and then it's a first down.
Running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty only. Number 51, defense, still fourth down.
That's a rule change in the last year. So some don't like it because it, in their minds, encourages, if it's only going to cost you 5, why not take the shot? Because here was a case where nowhere close to the first down. 13 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 20-10 score.
And you know, it does send out a pretty good little message. You don't think Saxon's not thinking, hey, I'm going to get this one off a little bit? It does have an effect.
Here they come. And Anthony Edwards dodges away from the ball, and it is going to be down at the 41-yard line.
You're going to have a flag, and it looks like it's going to be thrown on Saxon or Jenkins.
Watch Izell Jenkins, number 46. This is Izell Jenkins and Mike Saxon. Saxon and Izell Jenkins gets a shot at Saxon. Now here comes Saxon after Jenkins, so this thing is not over.
Yeah, the flag was thrown right there, so if it was thrown right there, what they're going to do is penalize Jenkins right there. Had they seen the illegal block, well, we'll just wait and see. Either way, it's going to be 15 yards.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 46 receiving team. After the play was over, first down.
Take a look again. This is how all of this started between these two teams back on Thanksgiving Day. And here it comes again. Izell Jenkins, number 46. Mike Saxon. And then when Saxon gets up to go discuss the issue with him, Izell Jenkins took one more shot, and the flag flew.
You still have time. to get in on Chevrolet's last great deals of the decade, with cash back on our best sellers, Corsica, and on the roomy Lumina sedan.
And more great deals on select Geos, the new line of import-inspired cars.
And to make these deals better, GMAC offers a plan with no payments for 90 days.
So see your Chevrolet Geo dealer for great deals on select 89 and 90 models.
Before the last great deals of the decade are yesterday's news.
Number 5.
Life's full of simple pleasures, like the comfort of Levi's jeans. Or had you forgotten?
This NFL game summary is sponsored by Levi's 506 jeans. Cut a little fuller in the thigh for extra comfort.
Eagles with 252 yards thus far to 137 for Dallas. Randall Cunningham, modest figures, but he's thrown for a touchdown to Chris Carter. And the Cowboys have been penalized 107 yards. Philadelphia leads at 20-10 with 12:50 to go. And until the last play, Terry, we haven't seen any real brouhaha developing in the game, do you think?
No, we had, and we just had a great example of the problems that Zenzejas has brought up. The block in the back, as you can see, Saxon. There's Jenkins coming up. I mean, that's uncalled for. That's totally not necessary in this game, and that's what really has made this bounty game such an important game, such a major issue across America.
Handoff up the middle to the 31-yard line. And the tackle made by Jeffcoat on Anthony Toney. Let's recap the scoring for you. It all opened up when Chris Carter caught a 4-yard pass in the second quarter from Randall Cunningham. Then on a fake field goal, Kavanaugh, the holder, threw to Carter to make it 14-0. Zendejas kicked a 47-yard field goal to cut the margin to 14-3. And then just before halftime, 17-3 on Ruzek's 29-yarder. Made it 20-3 on a 46-yarder in the third quarter. Aikman hit Darrell Johnston to cut the margin to 20-10. Off the back foot for Jackson. And the flag comes. Took him a while to get it out of his pocket. Ray Horton will chase the official down and now give up the quest.
See, one of the things, Vern, that could help a lot. You can't allow Jackson a free release, and you do that, he has a head of steam up on Ray Horton, who is covering him. Now, left of your screen, Jackson down looking for the ball, and there's, well, I can't tell from that whether or not it was pass interference. But let's look again. Left of your screen, folks. There's Jackson looking to the inside. He's got his hand out.
Pass interference. Number 88 offense. Still second down.
Ray Horton's got his hand out. They both push. Well, it's offensive, so obviously
that's why Horton gave up the chase. It was on Jackson.
I'm sitting here thinking the whole time it's on Horton.
And Horton thought it was on Horton.
Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting to figure out, well, how could it be on Horton? When obviously now they say it's on Jackson. Oh, well.
Second down and 16. Shotgun formation. 20-10. Out of the shotgun, the handoff to Anthony Toney, who goes right and gets out across the 25 near the 27-yard line. Tony Tolbert makes the tackle. Updating you, Minnesota, the Vikings rolling now, and they can pick up a game on Green Bay because the last half, the Green Bay Packers are still losing at home to Kansas City. Detroit leads Chicago by 10. Who'd have thunk it? Houston hangs on to Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh flanking the Jets thus far. And now a nut has run out of the field, and security cop takes it down. Best tackle of the day. And in order to avoid encouraging any more of these guys, well, there he is. He did what he wanted. He got on television, take him into the detox center.
That's
since we've shown you who he is, watch the tackle.
Great tackle. I mean, this is look at this. Beautiful job. Good form, drove the shoulder in him, nice leg drive, and pinned him on the turf.
From the 26. Third down, 11. Blitz. Johnson nailed. It'll be fourth down. As he is sandwiched by Horton and Robert Williams.
Cunningham's going to stay out and punt. He just motioned to the sideline that he wanted to punt. I wonder, it's his decision. If he wants to punt, he can punt. One of the reasons he can call this shot is because Buddy Ryan has called him the boss. This is the boss. I want everyone to know this guy can call whatever he wants to do. Cunningham said, I want to punt.
Watch his style. It's a one-step approach, and then he booms it. And it takes a neutral bounce, or he had a shot of another 60-yarder. Listen to the ovation. And here comes a flag, and a fight breaks out. That time it was a Cowboy who shoved somebody in the back. And that reorients the crowd's interest.
Well, it's Golick 90. Trying to explain to Randy Shannon what happened, and this is ugly.
Now watch Randy Shannon, number 94, on the right-hand side. Well, it was Mike Reichenbach who came at Shannon. And there's a shove in the back of Manny Hendricks.
And Nate Newton went after Ricky Shaw. And it's the old domino effect. Let's all take somebody and take a shot at them. That's what happens when you have players that stay in the papers and talk about lawsuits and point the finger and criticize. You know, you get hit in this game, you get hit. And I'm talking about Zendejas. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's illegal. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. But the point is, all it does is carry over on the football field. And it gets sloppy, and you get hurt out here, and the fans throw snowballs, and it's ridiculous.
This is going to be offsetting penalties, apparently. And I don't know whether we'll have ejections or not.
If they keep throwing that much snowballs on this field, they're going to have to bring out that buggy.
Sweeper,
personal foul.
Pittsburgh.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 94, Dallas. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 94 of the Eagles. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 55, Dallas. We have offsetting dead ball fouls. First down.
And we just dodged another snowball.
Yeah, we just
right over my head.
Had one thrown into the booth here.
If I had hair, it would have knocked it off.
Time has been called. We'll be right back.
Pure, genuine, never heat pasteurized. A beer that's made unlike any other. Cold filtered to give you the rich, smooth taste of real draft beer. That's the mark of a great beer. So tap into the cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Every year it gets harder to keep the guys' hands off their gifts. That's because I always give them good-looking isotoner gloves. So I'm hiding them in my locker. Now they won't be grabbing these comfortable, great-fitting gloves. So take care of the hands that take care of you. But take care where you put the isotoner gloves. And now, Isotoner fans, there's a present for your feet. Isotoner's introducing slippers and socks for men. Catch them at fine stores everywhere.
We asked Mike Schmidt to help us show you why the new half-ton Chevy work truck is better than Ford. With more two-sided galvanized steel, more standard power, and a new Duragrill that's tougher than Ford.
The lawyers told me I couldn't hit a Ford like this. Know why? You know why. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The duel in Denver. The Giants, fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, battled the AFC West champion Broncos. An interconference clash of titans today.
We're back at Veterans Stadium, which has become a snow palace. Here's an example of what just came flying into our booth.
Right over my head, and the thing I was talking about, look at this. Look at the water come out of that. That hits the player in the deal, it splatters, and it's like a rock, and it'll end up putting an eye out.
And that was just the residue of what had hit the wall behind us just a moment ago. First down and 10. Aikman back, man open over the middle. Scramble at the 20-yard line. And Dallas comes up with it.
One of the things that Reggie White was talking about coming into this game was the intimidating factor. And most great football teams that have great defenses are intimidating. And I think there are ways of getting intimidation. You sack the quarterback a lot. You make great hits. You have hard special teams. And another one is illegal hit. Another one is, cheap shots, if you will. I know we did it a lot. People were scared of us because they didn't know where we were going to hit them from.
Second down, 20 or 10. 9:45 still to go in the ball game. Here's Junior Toddle-Latossi. He runs into Al Harris and Seth Joyner. Toddle-Latossi was in the papers this week, involved in all this Bounty Bowl brouhaha because he had played here, and before he was cut and signed by the Cowboys. So
this is quietly. This is very, very quietly, but a very good game, I think, on behalf of the defense of the Eagles, but of the Cowboys. Even though they're down 20 to 10, they have played well defensively, extremely well. But once again, this young offense up against this great defense is asking a little bit much.
3rd and 3. Over the head of Cornell Burbage. It'll be 4th down. Anthony Edwards drifts back to return the punt from the 40-yard line. Mike Saxon. I'm sure he'll have an eye peeled for Izell Jenkins this time down.
That's the thing that amazed. We saw Barry Hilton of the 49ers here, and Andre Waters was the guy that was actually spying on Barry Hilton, and he was hit, what we count, 4 times in a row, just like Izell Jenkins is doing today on Saxon.
4th and 3. That'll take a Cowboy roll inside the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. Cornell Burbage and Andre Waters mix it up a little bit, and then they get Cornell Burbage off the field. Time has been called. Philadelphia gets the ball back. 8:46 to go in the game.
This is something different. The body panels will never rust. The seats can be arranged to seat up to 7. And ask yourself, have you ever traveled like this before? Meet the new Family Lumina APV. When it comes to new ideas for the family, nobody's winning like
the heartbeat of America. That's today Chevrolet.
Tots, the premium champagne.
Looks like Winter just did in that poor fellow's battery. Wonder if he's smart enough to replace it with a battery built for extremes. A maintenance-free, high-cranking Delco. Smart fella.
AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
Monday, when the crew's on strike, can Murphy serve up a settlement?
You're not leaving here until we can come up with a deal and until that cake is gone, and I mean every crumb.
Murphy Brown.
This Tuesday, if you must watch a comedy or a cop show, tape it. Because you won't want to miss television's most anticipated event. A child.
The pregnancy, it's not normal.
Beauty and the Beast, it's not a fairy tale anymore.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia with 8:45 to go in Bounty Bowl 2, and the Bounty Bowl has become a brawl of sorts in the stands. Down in the right-hand corner of the end zone, some of those who had been the recipients of short snowball throws in the lower portions of the stands got angry and turned around and started throwing snowballs back up into the stands. So now the security forces are up there escorting a few of the celebrants out of here. From the 40, Philadelphia with a 20-10 lead. Cunningham slips the tackle, and he'll run. Down to the 50-yard line, another flag comes flying out. And here we go again. Here's Cunningham.
Play action outside, no one there, fools everyone, goes down, and now David Howard, who we've seen earlier who had caught with a personal foul, throws a shot right in on Cunningham. You just can't do that, and you see it. Cunningham says, I'm not going to put up with it, this is ridiculous, and so he tries to retaliate. And
tell you, the kind of shot that was that Howard took, that might call for ejection. Buddy Ryan out on the field, now he comes back. Ryan was 20 yards out onto the field. David Howard took the shot at Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, so you just can't.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 73, defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Kicking and shoving. Number 12, offense. Offsetting police.
What happened to 99?
I don't know.
What happened to David Howard? That's the shot that I saw. That's the one where everyone wants to protect the quarterback, and this is what Ryan is hollering about. What about the shot that Howard put on my quarterback? When a quarterback slides feet first, you can't touch him. If you lead with your head and spear him, chances are you're going to be ejected.
That should have been an ejection of David Howard. And there's the handoff. Go back. I didn't see Danny Noonan anywhere around Randall Cunningham. It was David Howard all the way. Take another look at Howard with the spearing shot from the right-hand side.
Cunningham's fooled. He's outside. Now, one thing, he fooled David Howard, so Howard's mad. And now there's the spear. There's the lead with the shoulder and the head. Cunningham slides feet first. He's automatically down. Howard knows he's down. Howard takes a shot at him, hits him. Howard, you ought to be out of the game.
Second down. David Howard, one of those acquired from the Vikings in the Herschel Walker trade. Cunningham crosses left. Here comes Anthony Toney looking for a block from Jackson and Chris Carter. And he's out of bounds with the first down near the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Right now, Ted Plum, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, the thing to do right now to protect his players is to go ahead and establish a running game and just run it. That's the best way. You know, if Cunningham bootlegs it and gets outside, chances are he's going to take another shot like that. So the thing to do now is run the football. When you run the sweeps, when you go wide, they take longer to develop. They eat more time up off the clock.
First down and 10 Eagles, 7:41 to go in the ball game. Philadelphia going after its 10th win of the season. Hand off Toney. Fumble. Scramble, who got it? Philadelphia comes up with it.
Man, turnovers in close football games so many times are the key, Vern, and this ball easily, like we saw earlier on the block punt, could have been scooped up by the Cowboys. A great opportunity. Toney fumbles the football, and now Albritton, 36, and Eugene Lockhart, 56. Albritton looked as though he was wanting to pick it up and run with it. Eugene was simply trying to do the smart thing, which is fall on it.
Isn't that something now? 17 times the Eagles have fumbled in the last 4.5 games. 17 times, and they've only lost 4.
And they don't run the wishbone.
Right. Byers out near the 47-yard line. Of course, the Giants hoping to win here today and then go home and root on Denver, because the Giants, rather the Eagles hope to win here today. The Giants take on Denver. That's next on CBS, or some of you will watch Phoenix and the Raiders. The Giants in Denver, Pat and John are out at Mile High Stadium for that first meeting between the two teams since the Super Bowl. Right now, 3rd down and 12 with 6:15 to go in the game. 3rd and 12. Noonan over center. 3-man Dallas rush. Cunningham deep left side for Ron Johnson. A tussle for the ball with Robert Williams, and the pass ball is incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Man, what a great burst. Absolutely a great burst by Ron Johnson that time, because Robert Williams just had him stride for stride, and at the very last moment, you see 85 come out of the hole. Lower right of your screen. There's the hand over the right shoulder. That's all right. And then the last minute, the burst for the football. Almost made a great catch.
Max Runiger will stay in, or come in and punt this time. That one takes a Philadelphia roll inside the 15 and is down at the 12. 40-yard punt. Troy Aikman, of course, in his rookie season, the #1 draft choice in the 1989 draft. He is still looking for his first win as a quarterback. The one victory for the Cowboys came with Steve Walsh, his fellow rookie in there. How have others fared in their first season?
Oh,
look
good.
down there at the bottom in 1970.
Thanks.
Sick. My eyes were just attracted right to it.
Gee,
6 touchdowns, 6 of the 212.
Why are Aikman and why are we not in yellow? Why am I not in yellow? Hide me.
That's to highlight you, not to hide you.
I don't want to be highlighted.
24 interceptions. How did that happen?
Man, I was terrible. I'm not kidding you. I should have gone back to college and got my doctorate.
You overcame that. 24 interceptions your first season, but you wound up 212 touchdowns.
Well, the thing happened was, as you folks know, you get players around a quarterback, players that can play. This kid can play, and you get the players around him, you give him the defense that would allow him to be aggressive, and you'll see this kid climb right to the charge.
Aikman will scramble, and he's got some room now. He slides down, and Eric Everett just reaches down and touches him. 5:37 to go in the game. A 17-yard run for Troy Aikman. The Chicago Bears have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Well, didn't Ditka say that
we may never win another game?
We may not win another football game. And when you send that kind of message out to a football team, they look at their head coach and say, well, he doesn't think we'll win one, so let's don't win one.
Detroit defeated Chicago 27-17. Here's Aikman looking across the middle. Fumble! And it gets a fortuitous bounce right back into the arms of Paul Palmer. The Philadelphia Eagles defense leads the league in takeaways this year. 51 of them, 27 pass interceptions, and 24 fumble recoveries. The Cowboys have not turned it over yet today. So almost 4 years since the Eagles won an entire game without a turnover. Here's Darrell Johnson. Andre Waters makes the tackle.
See, one of the things that's really going to help, this Darrell Johnson is a fine player, but his role will be in the future as the Cowboys get the running back that they want to be their tailback, and as the Cowboys get Kelvin Martin back and Irvin, when they get him back and possibly get a tight end they'll build an offense around Aikman. This kid's got a gun. Hey, Cunningham can sling it, but this kid can sling it too. I mean, he throws a beautiful ball.
3rd down and 3. Blitz. Aikman back, left side, caught, 1st down Dallas.
Good job.
Steve Folsom, the tight end, very nice. Terry Hogue made the tackle on Folsom.
Folsom played here in '81 with the Eagles, was released.
Cowboys go without a huddle now on 1st down. 3:37 remaining in the ball game. Blitz coming from Wes Hopkins. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Jerry Seaman called grasp and control as the pass was complete. Wes Hopkins. And Aikman is really upset.
Well, all you do is take away the athleticism.
Very good.
Of a quarterback that has the ability to avoid sacks and to get passes off. Now, you be the judge, folks. Would he have gotten that pass off? He got it off. He did get tackled. hey, let it happen. Let it work. Cunningham does the same thing. Let these guys play.
Aikman. This time he gets the payback and hits an official, I think. The umpire. Or does he get Hopkins? He may have hit the umpire.
See, I've always been under this. Here's how you should do this thing, Vern.
This John Keck, I think he took a shot. He's right across the middle.
Good shot.
Yep, right on the cheek. That had to sting a little bit.
I guarantee you that stung. He can't do anything, but
yeah, you don't want to show that it hurt.
No, you got to be all right. See, the umpire's got to act tough because he's sitting behind those tackles and everyone. He's got a hand in there where everybody's coming at him crossing, and now it's bad enough he's got big 290-pound guys, but here comes a frozen, what used to be Pete Rozelle football at him.
Blitz coming. Aikman dodges to his right, pulls up and heaves it deep, and it's dropped by James Dixon.
My.
I mean, that is a catchable ball.
Well, yeah, catchable. Yeah, when it hits you in the stomach, it certainly is catchable. Excellent job by Aikman. We're going to, first of all, look at Dixon coming inside. Slows down, sees the coverage, looks back again, now just goes back to the outside. An excellent throw by Aikman. You have to give credit to Dixon for finding the area, but the second time, when you get open, you got to make the big catch.
4th down, Dallas, 20-10. 3:06 to go in the game. Short punt. Edwards, fair catch. Fumble, gets it back. Eagles take over at the 49-yard line. Coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes goes past the barbed wire and the guard dogs to visit a place none of us imagined we would ever see, a Russian labor camp for political prisoners. That's followed by Murder, She Wrote. Then on the CBS Sunday movie, Money, Power, Murder, starring Kevin Dobson. That's all tonight on CBS. Randall Cunningham, Chris Carter, Keith Jackson start on the field. Under 3 minutes to go. Now Jackson comes back to the sideline and hurries into the huddle.
Jackson back out again.
Cunningham pulls up and goes deep across the middle. Incomplete. Mix up on the route with Ron Johnson.
Yeah, I don't understand that call. 2:55. Why you throwing the football?
Run it.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Don't do that. Don't throw the football, Ted. You know, or if that's an audible, which I don't believe it was, but you know, run it, get it. You know, you got a 10-point lead. You got these big backs. This is why Buddy Ryan wanted a running game. He knew that in the end of the fourth quarter, when he had to kill the clock, he needed to rely on a running game. It's cold. It's snowy. Don't throw it. Run it.
Split backs behind Cunningham. 2:53 to go. Here's Cunningham back. They're trying to get another touchdown, Terry. They want as many as they can get. That's knocked down.
Yeah, well,
remember the controversy between these two organizations goes back to 2 years ago in the strike season when the Cowboys were coached by Tom Landry. They beat the Eagles, and Buddy Ryan was very adamant about not wanting to strike players here. This is before Jimmy Johnson got here. Dick Nolan, who's on the left, was part of the staff. But Ryan felt that Tom Landry had run up the score on him. In the repeat game here, with a big lead, Randall Cunningham knelt as if to run out the clock toward the end of the game, and then on the next play stood up and threw a touchdown to run up the score. The roar you hear in the background is another inebriated soul who is being taken down. That's number 2 for the day now.
Well, what you're talking about,
we're not going to show it.
You're wondering then why the 2 passes. I just question why throw it. They're throwing it, so you have to wonder with a 10-point lead, you know, why do that? I don't.
Yeah, that's the essential point. With they've got a 10-point lead and 2:47 to go, and they're throwing the football. I rather expect that Buddy Ryan wants at least one more touchdown.
Well, the name of the game is scoring, and that would be his answer to that question. You know, he got to score, and doesn't feel safe with 10 points, but I seriously doubt it.
Myers. That's short of the first down at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3, and Max Runniger comes on. Hey, here's the Central Division standings now that Minnesota has won and Green Bay has lost. The Vikings 9-5. Of course, they've got a big season closer against Cincinnati at home on Monday night. Green Bay winds up the season in Dallas in 2 weeks. And Chicago is now out of it. Roniger sends it high. Fair catch called by Burbage. It'll bounce and go out of bounds. 2:32 remaining in the game. Does it seem to you like this game has lasted forever?
Well, it does. We've had so many interruptions with the snowballs and the fights, penalties. I mean, 100-something yards penalties by the Cowboys. Plus, you've got a game in which the Cowboy offense has virtually had no drives. Aikman has been forced to throw one deep pass. He got that in, a 19-yarder in the very first series, and since then it's been mostly short passes and him running for his life. And we've seen a very emotional defensive effort by the Eagles and a very kind of nonchalant effort by the Eagles offense. I think the Dallas Cowboy defense has played well, but it's just kind of been just a game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Boring is really what I was trying to say.
Aikman back. Sacked. Clyde Simmons. That's the 5th sack of Aikman today. And the 10th time he's been sacked by Philadelphia in the last 2 ball games. And Aikman not up yet.
That's David Wydell.
Wydell. I saw the 8.
We've already seen, we've already seen one tackle for the Cowboys, Gogan, go out, and we've seen Wydell come in, and he's been playing the last 2 quarters.
Here comes Kevin Gogan back on the field, and while we tend to the injury, let's go back to New York. Here's Brent once again.
Well, Vern, let's take a look at what has happened now in the New Orleans-Buffalo game. An upset up there. The Bills could be in trouble, Vern. Interception, and this killed their last opportunity. The Saints ran the clock out. Now a final 22-19. Bills play San Francisco next Sunday. Back to Vern.
Oh, Brent, I couldn't agree with you more. They lose on Monday night in Seattle. Now they lose at home to a New Orleans team that is all but eliminated from the playoffs, and they've got to go on the road. That's really going to complicate that AFC Eastern division.
And when you look at a team like New Orleans, who have played well, then played poorly, up and down, then you just can't figure it. Then just crossing, kind of say, what the heck's happened? What kind of season has this been?
Wydell hurries off. Snowballs continue to pelt down from out of the stands. Aikman gets under center. Stepnoski. Screen pass, left side. Caught by Bartolotossi, who's in trouble. That could be a safety. No. He will be ruled down at the 1-yard line. Ryan wants the safety call. Doesn't get it. Wes Hopkins. 2-minute warning. Philadelphia leads it by 10, 20-10. We'll be back for the final 2 minutes in a moment.
So I'm running late. I had to call Phoenix, so I'm using this other long-distance company. I dialed the wrong number. I got this guy in Fiji.
What? Is this Phoenix?
No, you reached Fiji. I dial again. Fiji again.
What are you kidding?
So I called the operator for credit. She said I'd have to talk to customer billing. I said, AT&T operators gave me instant credit. She said, you are not dealing with AT&T.
Well, I am now.
People who thought they could do better than AT&T are coming back for the real value. Aren't you glad you never left?
Who's pulling away in advanced 4x4 technology, Chevy S10 Blazer or Ford Bronco 2? Chevy pulls away in power with the biggest V6 engine in its class. Chevy pulls away with InstaTrack, America's favorite four-wheel drive system. Chevy pulls away in fun with the country's #1 sport utility vehicle. When it comes to today's 4x4s, it's Chevy S10 Blazer, clean and simple. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Today's truck is Chevrolet.
On October 28th, for 2 tempting hours, Mel Kaiser was on Easy Street.
I was behind an armored truck. The rear door popped open, and it was raining money.
But instead of keeping it, Mel turned in over $57,000.
Well, they call me Mr. Honesty. I've been called worse.
To everyday everyday heroes everywhere, we offer our best. Smooth, never bitter Miller beer.
I got it.
The best comes shining through.
Why me?
That man, Miller.
While we were away, Jerome Brown, the defensive tackle of the Eagles, pleading with those few who remain in the end zone, let's cut it out with the snowballs. And it didn't help much. They still come flying out of the end zone. From their own one, out of the shotgun, Troy Aikman. There's another snowball that falls in front of him. Aikman with a ton of room to run. Tries to get close to the out-of-bounds mark and does. That'll be a first down, Dallas, with 1:52 to go. Coming up next, of course, most of you will see the Giants against Denver from Mile High Stadium. Others will watch Phoenix against the Los Angeles Raiders. We'll be joining that game as soon as this ball game is over.
So Aikman, that time, a lot of people asking, how in the world could he go that many yards and get a first down?
Now here comes another
snowball. And the answer to that's very simply, when you play man coverage and receivers run streaks or way down the field, their coverage has to go with them, and no one is responsible for covering the quarterback. So when he got outside, Aikman had no one there.
That's a 25-yard gain. Aikman rolls out, sends it across the center, and it's caught at the 40-yard line. That's another Dallas first down. Bernard Ford makes the grab. Cowboys will go without the huddle now. Troy Aikman with the hand signals, 15 of 28 for 118 yards. Nice pass to the 40. James Dixon, another Dallas first down. And they go with 1:16 remaining.
Ask yourself the question, how in the world does this happen at the end of the game? But all the Eagles are doing is let him have it, let him get it, let him move it, keep the clock going.
Right. Fumble. There's the first turnover of the game for Dallas, and the streak continues for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is the 52nd takeaway of the season and the 25th fumble recovery. So Philadelphia will get it back. Now it'll be interesting to see if they throw the ball again.
Stepnowski, a rookie center, started his first game last week, and one of the things that you just don't allow, you never have, quarterbacks and centers should never have a problem with quarterback exchange. And that time, I can't see what happened, but I would only think that either the snap was a little bit late and Aikman pulled out, or it was just a bad exchange for just no apparent reason.
1:01 to go. And Cunningham hands it off this time. Fires after the 43-yard line. The coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS is Charles H. Milton III. Today's game was produced by David Michaels. The game directed by Andy Kindle, and the executive producer of CBS Sports is Ted Shaker. Coming up next, most of you will watch the Giants against Denver, and others will see Phoenix and the Los Angeles Raiders. 54 seconds remaining, and timeout has been called by the Cowboys. They've got one left. Buddy Ryan's team about to win their 10th of the season and go 10-4. Again, they go to New York next Saturday. Other finals: Minnesota over Atlanta, Kansas City beat Green Bay, Detroit beat Chicago, Houston over Tampa Bay, Seattle leading Cincinnati by 7, and Pittsburgh blanks the Jets in New York 13-0. New Orleans edges Buffalo, as Brent showed you a while ago. Washington over San Diego by 5. Giants and Denver still scoreless in the first quarter, so are Phoenix and the Raiders. Second down and 7. Anthony Toney with 48 seconds to go. Jerome Brown lined up as a running back on that play. Number 99, look, he's the fullback, the blocking back.
He's the lead back. and does a good job. Gets through the hole. They should have given him the ball as he comes through the hole and doesn't really block anybody. That's got to be different. Being a tackle and all of a sudden being a blocking back.
Now Brown comes out. Miller Lite players of the game today. Jim Jeffcoat of Dallas, who at last count had 10 tackles. Reggie White of Philadelphia, who had 2 sacks. They've been chosen as the Miller Lite players of the game and qualify for Player of the Week honors. A $1,000 donation will be made by the Miller Brewing Company on behalf of the players to United Cerebral Palsy. There's Jim Jeffcoat having a terrific game. He had a good game on Thanksgiving Day against this team. Now we've got 3rd down. Reggie White, the other recipient of the honor. 3rd and 6. And Jerome Brown's one shot at running the football a la the fridge is apparently gone by the wayside. Byers. It'll be 4th down. The Cowboys cannot stop the clock. I got to tell you what a joy it is to come to Philadelphia and stand here and dodge ice balls, not snowballs, but ice balls, about 25 of which have been thrown into the booth in the last 3 minutes. This is really fun.
Well, you see where I'm doing the game, don't you?
Yeah, about 6 feet back.
I'm way back behind the wall here because 3 have already hit me in the top of the head.
I had an abscess tooth and had a dental appointment last Monday that didn't last this long. You can see where we are, and then right below us, a group of about 6 or 7. Here comes another one flying out. Watch it, David. Cowboys lose it. Philadelphia wins 20-10. Next Sunday on CBS, NFL action. CBS Sports coverage will continue after this.
One airline works harder than any other to make sure that a good landing not only means getting you